Hey yo, what's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. It's Alex with Finite to Freedom podcast, and we already have Sab and Stacy waiting for jumping on the call as well. So today we're going to discuss a little bit about some life lessons that I wish I knew before that has helped me in this journey and in general the life journey. So let's just jump straight away into the main screen and welcome our two special guests, Sab and Stacy. So hello guys. We are back on the live on the podcast. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
Very good, Alex.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, as we talked about a little bit on the general chat, we are going to discuss a little bit about some life lessons. So, the two main subjects, just in general, I'm gonna say the title is about help someone. Like, we will talk about the benefits, we will talk about the negative sides, and then the second one is saying no, that it could be hard, but it's also a necessary thing. Like it's a complete sentence that we need to have that. We will discuss about it. So let me know about your day so far.
After you, Stace.
It's been busy. We had gymnastics all morning and then baseball. Got home like 2 hours ago.
Oh, wow.
So and now I'm here. Hi.
Beautiful.
I've had a really lazy day, to be honest with you guys. I was up late last night just doing some work, so I was working quite late. Looking into different financial sectors and stuff like that. But not to try and make my life sound super important or anything. I've had a really lazy I was just watching a few YouTube videos and but just doing a little bit of research. But now this morning, I just decided to have a little bit of a lie-in and prepare myself a little bit for today's interview and a little bit of our podcast. Beautiful. And just feel nice and fresh. So earlier on, I was just trimming up my sides a little bit. Shaved my ears. It's nice and fresh, so there's no werewolf hair standing on edge.
Beautiful. Good.
All right.
Lovely to hear. So, I'm just a little bit on the phone doing something because apparently it's uploading twice the live video, but we don't need it twice. We need it only once. So we are live on this one. So from what I can see. And there we go. Right, so everything is set up. The sound is perfect, so we're good to go. So let me welcome everyone on the chat as well. So a little bit about help someone. What are the benefits and what are the positives actually? No benefits. What are the positives and the negatives? So I want to start with you guys first before I express my opinion. So what do you think? Who wants to go first?
All right. So
go ahead, Sab.
Okay. All right, Stace. Thanks. Okay. So I mean, look, this is a big problem, isn't it, in life? Sometimes you're trying to help someone, but you don't know, are you doing the right thing or the wrong thing? And I think we all come to a point in our lives where we don't want to help someone to the point where we're causing problems, like where they become reliant on us, or enabling them. So yep. It's a very sensitive subject. I mean, there are benefits, for the helper. You improve mental and physical health. you know, and you feel like you're doing something, you have a feel good factor, for helping somebody, you get that dopamine and serotonin, I'm doing something good for someone.
Yeah.
But if it leads to someone being reliant on you, then I feel that you're just enabling them, and they become reliant, and then you're doing them a disservice.
Yes. Totally agree with you, Sob.
But there are ways of helping or helping or pushing somebody along, or just nudging them in the right direction and letting them grow themselves.
Yes.
I totally believe in that. I totally
Yep.
believe in that. Sometimes stepping away from someone after you've given them, some kind of encouragement, and then stepping away and let them grow, I think is what I tend to do a bit more. But it's not always been that way. We all learn as we grow.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one to address.
It is. It is. We'll talk about general, and then we can expand the conversation. Am I moving to Stacy now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on,
Okay.
Stacy.
I mean, helping someone's good as long as you realize the difference between the intent you have and the impact you have.
Yeah.
Which you can talk about later if you want. But I mean, if your actions, as good as they are preventing somebody from growing or healing or being self-sufficient, then that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So
I
there's
agree.
a fine line.
Yes. Yes. Now you said that, Stace. I want to welcome RB as well. He's in the live chat. Welcome, RB. Good to see you here.
I think Alex. Helping others. Especially through volunteering. It's a different thing. I think you can. You can give your life more meaning, and a sense of accomplishment. It can boost self-esteem and bring you more happiness.
Yes.
But on the flip side to that coin, is it still selfish? Because you're feeling a self of accomplishment for doing something for somebody. Isn't that still selfish in a way?
I think I would put it as it's the most selfishness thing, because you're not expecting like something back, right? Even if it is a feeling, you're not doing it actually to feel good inside you. The feeling comes with this action, right? On its own. If you're saying it though from a perspective that someone is missing something in his life, for example, right? And they want to feel good and they are doing it, then it changes a little bit the perspective of, then you're not actually helping because you want to, you're actually doing it so you can gain for your own mental state, for example, right? So it changes.
I get you completely. But this is sometimes something I struggle with sometimes, or have in the past.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something and you look back and go, "Oh, I feel good," but then I feel guilty for feeling good for for doing something good for someone.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to explain. I don't expect anything. If I do something good for somebody, I don't expect anything in return. I don't.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
But I do feel good in myself, and sometimes I'm like, is that selfish that I feel good in myself for doing something? And I understand that you can just go out and do something for somebody, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's just something I need to kind of deal with myself, by being totally selfless.
I mean, it's a great question, to be honest, that you put out there, that is it selfish? And I think I can't give the answer either. So I'm gonna struggle now with you, mate. But
I think it's I think it's the growth that we have. I think it's personal growth that we have in any way. I remember when I was younger and we used to go out and do like food giveaways and like free hot dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I used to, at the end, I used to feel, I feel so good today. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's just, when you're growing up spiritually in your mind and thinking, it should be selfless giving.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't even feel gratitude for doing it. I think it's just something that I feel personally sometimes, trying to be this, beacon of giving, and I think it's something that we all struggle with. I think if you do it with a good heart, whatever it is, if you're helping someone and you're doing it with a good heart, then it should be fine. And maybe it's okay to take a little bit of self-love, for doing that.
Absolutely, 100% with you, mate. I'm all about, like, I believe all three of us, and most of the people that they are gonna watch this, they can relate with this, that they don't actually help because they want to feel good. They actually help because they are not thinking about it. And that's why I'm calling it selfishness, because you actually doing it without even thinking it. And that's the beauty of this action, that you try to make someone feel better or improve or grow or anything like that. And if we focus on that side, I'd say it's the most selfishness thing, because you're doing something without any personal gain.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I can take, really, or one of the biggest things I can take out of it is it encourages a positive mindset, and focusing on the needs of others can provide like a perspective, on your own circumstances, and increase feelings of gratitude, if you know what I mean. And if you can focus on helping somebody in that way, in any way, whether it be small or a big way, and not only is it good for your well-being, but it shows you the example for your children. And I think that's the reward for me. That's the reward. If I can show that, and then the kids can see that, and then they can continue to go and do that, then that's my reward. And I think that's what that's my selfishness. That's what I want out of it.
Yeah. I agree with you. Everyone will feel differently, and that's totally respected and understandable. Like, I don't think that we should feel the same way. Like, everyone is, and I'm saying it because I have a reason saying it, that if someone wants to help, right, they possibly will have their own reasons, or they will feel with the way they will feel. Like, everyone is different, right? And it's okay to feel different, right? So if that's for you, the way you explained it, it's for you, it's totally respected, right? We're not here to say, oh yeah, I agree with you, or anything like that.
Yeah. No, I get you.
So yeah, Stacy, it's a hard subject. I can feel it.
It is. It's tough to talk about. It's because you can do things. There's like healthy selfishness. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
Healthy selfishness.
Yeah. I like that.
So I don't think you can do. I don't think human nature allows us to not feel good about ourselves when we do something for somebody else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's just a part of who we are. That's a natural thing to feel. You're naturally gonna have a dopamine hit, or feel good about yourself, or have a warm feeling, or whatever, because if you do things for other people, it obviously aligns with your own values and your own morals, and that makes you feel good about yourself, because that represents who you are, and that's just part of being a human being. I mean, you can't not feel good about doing something for somebody.
Yeah. Also,
I don't think. Maybe you can. I haven't felt that way, but
Yeah.
no, that's good. I want to say welcome to Jerry and Elba. Thank you so much for being here, and RB as well. Thank you, and everyone
Hi,
else.
guys.
Now, Jerry and Elba asked on the general chat, and I'm saying it with confidence, and I think she will allow me to say that if we are having a podcast today, and I won't lie, guys, I wasn't ready for one because I didn't prepare any, and then that's a little bit about the energy we have talked about, right? Everything happens for a reason. Now, these whole two subjects, they appeared out of a sudden. I didn't even plan this, and I've talked to you on the general chat that, you know what, I'm just writing it right now, and at the same time, it was just a podcast as well that I was listening, and it helped me realize that I've been doing the wrong way. Because sometimes you help someone out of love or caring or respect or anything like that, right? But help has stages. What we talked about in general, it was about helping someone in need that it will benefit them, it will make them better or escape from a life problem or anything like that. So I want to discuss now about another stage. So when we help people because of love, caring, respect, or anything like that, right? Sometimes we put ourselves, I mean, in general, with the help someone else, right? We put ourselves second, right? So we tend to put that person first. And sometimes that can lead into a negative side of helping, right? Likewise, that Yusuf said that it will steal from them the chance of doing it themselves, or they might feel relied upon us, or anything like that. So, in that way, help can be a negative, can have a negative side, right? Yeah. So, this is the podcast that I hope Jerry and Elba will like, as they wanted to have a podcast today. So that's a little bit out of a sudden. But the few things that I prepared to talk about from a podcast that I was hearing and other books that I have read in my life and some experiences, and that's why I'm saying that this journey here is massive. It's huge, right? We will go through difficulties in life. We will go through negative emotions. We will go through happiness, positive emotions, and everything like that. But I want to bring something out about help someone else, right? It's a stage. So what do you think about helping less can actually help more? I can see your expression, Sab.
Can we just talk a little bit about that before we go into that subject?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, mate.
Because helping somebody, it can be tiring. It's hard work sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
Sometimes you're committed. Sometimes once you're helping someone, you feel like a sense of commitment to that person. Sometimes it becomes a personal thing.
Yep.
And excessive help of others, particularly when it's something like repeated suffering, like somebody's in long-term care or say for people like caregivers and healthcare workers, it can lead to emotional and physical exhaustion for them because they're constantly seeing this struggle every day when they're trying to help somebody. And I've seen a number of cases where caregivers they're literally exhausted because of the amount they take on their own shoulders.
Yes.
So it can be it's a huge sacrifice sometimes, especially if it's your work, the work that you do on a day-to-day basis. in residential care homes, and I remember my talking about my father. He passed away from cancer 13 years ago, and the nurses that came home to our home to help look after us, when he was going in his final stages, how hard that can be on a person when all they're seeing is people disappearing, and it can be extremely tiring, and very, very hard to deal with. Sometimes it can become unhealthy, because the person that depends on you, you start looking after yourself less than you do after the person that you're trying to help. It has two sides. Maybe it's easier just to help somebody now and again.
Yes.
People. I know Stacey's like super caring person, and she's constantly helping people all the time. And sometimes I feel for Stace, because she gets really invested. Tell us, Stacey, tell us a bit about yourself. You're always helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all self-induced though, so it's all self-inflicted pain.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it might take me a little longer to do things, but I try to always do what I'm saying I'm going to do, or I don't know. I just think it's the right thing to do. Like I would want help if I needed help, if someone knew I needed help, and
it's worth
I don't
it,
know,
right?
I just
it's worth it.
Yeah, it's like do unto others as you would want done to you.
Yeah.
And no, that's not selfish. I'm just saying.
See,
I don't know.
It can be.
It's like if you're gonna drive down the road and you see someone out there with car trouble or whatever, and they're a half mile up the street carrying a gas can, like you're just gonna let them walk 3 miles to the next exit,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want someone to do that. Or like we were driving down the road, there was a horse trailer that blew a tire. Like that's god awful scary, and they didn't have the equipment to pull their trailer up, but I have the tire thing in my thing, so it's like you just do that. You just help people.
Yeah. So every time that Stacey has a little bit of time to speak, I'm always at the end of it. I'm going to welcome someone back, right, on the live chat. I don't know. So I want to welcome James, and it's actually not Elba on the Jerry and Elba today's live chat. It's Jerry. So it's so good to see you.
I'm so excited. Yay!
Jerry.
There we go. So I hope you and Elba are really well, Jerry, to be honest. It's good to hear from you, and I hope you're enjoying it.
Well, did you know Alba got to go home?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
So she's trying to get her numbers up or whatever, but I was so excited for her and Jerry to be able to see each other.
It's good news. It's good news, honestly.
It is good news.
It's really good news.
Yeah.
And I want to
She
point
said
that
she slept the best she ever slept, and and whatever. And I'm like, love's a powerful thing. Love and that human connection it's a powerful thing.
Yes. Yeah. And we can, it's a live example, like really live example right now. And I want to go back a little bit to what Saab said about the healthcare homes. The people that they are actually do that as a career, as a job every single day, I've got loads of respect towards them. Like, it's kind of like a personal sacrifice of their own life to go through the whole journey to just take care of someone else, right? This is the beauty.
I used to work in a nursing home.
I bet.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
Yeah,
So
I did. I used to work in the food part.
it's the positive side of helping someone else. Now, I want to give another two examples. Jerry used to be a firefighter, right? He was literally fighting with fires and saving lives, right? He was risking his own life to save someone else. And that's why it's so good to see Jerry right here on this live chat and hopefully soon to join us on a live podcast, right? Because the respect I've got for Jerry and general for firefighters as well, that's another sector. That's, I would say, it's, I don't want to compare it with the healthcare people, but I think it's in an extreme way of helping someone because you are literally fighting for your life to just save someone else. And honestly, it's, I don't have even words to describe that, right? And there is other things. People with like doctors, they're saving human lives, and police, they can save. You know, like I mean, there is situations, obviously, right? But what I'm trying to say is that for one bad person, we shouldn't have to put everyone in the same bag, right? And it's just because it's a podcast, I want to put that out so people can actually hear this. Because yes, you might have lots of bad people in the police force. You might have bad people in the healthcare system. You might have everywhere. Everywhere there's going to be bad and good people. But we shouldn't judge the positions. We shouldn't, because I don't like giving a hard time to someone just because of their uniform or their work or anything like that, right? Hate the player, not the game. I'm moving towards that direction as a person.
Absolutely. Look, firefighters.
I'm more ill towards big pharma than doctors, I guess.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, the
Clarify.
doctors go out there.
Yeah.
The doctors go out there and study, 7, 8, 9, 10 years to be able to, help people, in certain situations. Yeah, big pharma, different story. They're all about the money. It's nothing to do with helping anybody. It's all about money.
I mean,
in my view.
Some doctors, don't you agree, Sab, that they want to actually go there and do the change, like help?
100%, 100%. If you talk to my oldest, he's going into the field of dentistry, and when I asked him, I'm like, well, why dentistry? And he's like, well, I don't like people to have that pain. I've seen people have pain, with either tooth pain and when they're having like bad teeth and stuff like that. So I don't want to do that. I want to be able to not have that pain and be able to take care of. And then some of his friends who are in becoming doctors and nurses. When you talk to them and ask them, they're like, "Well, this is something that we feel very closely and personally about." I'm like, "But is it about the money?" They're like, and surprisingly, I thought some of them would say, "Yeah, it is more about the money." But I think when they're young,
they're driven.
I think when they're young, they have a different perspective. Maybe when they get older, they might change more into money. But when they're young, they have a different perspective of, that they want to help people. But my hat's off to firefighters, because you literally put your life on the line. Like, you don't know, at a split second, you could be putting your life on the line.
Yeah.
And don't get enough credit. Firefighters and the armed forces and in police, don't get enough credit. They literally have to put their life on the line. You never know what's going to happen in any given situation.
Yeah.
And they're out there and they're willing to do it. So Jerry, my hat's off to you. Amazing. I love firefighters.
See, that's the positive side of helping someone. You're making a change out there, right? There's so many ways. We could talk for days or months about the benefits of helping someone, right? You could have like donations. You could have like giving food to homeless people. You could have like, there's so many things out there. But nowadays, I see more people are towards the easily judging. And I think the main source of it is that we as humans, right? It's in our nature that we get easily angry than show that we are sad. So I think if everyone was trying to actually swallow that pill of sadness or anger or anything, we could see loads of changes out there, right? There's so many people that doctors, for example, that they going from border to border, from country to country, and they're not getting paid. They're doing it volunteering, and they're actually going and helping other people, right, with disease, sickness, and bullets, anything, right? Then you've got the firefighters, you've got police, you've got there's so much good out there. I don't want to believe that it's where we focus. To be honest, let me rephrase that. It's where we focus. If you actually hear the news on TV, you can hear loads of bad news, but no one is talking about the good news. The reason behind it, it's like the stock market. You want to hear, and when I'm saying you want to hear, it's an expression we use in Greece. We're talking about not you specifically, but in general. We want to hear the biggest prize. We want to hear that because it makes us feel good. Now, the news, a different story. They tend to focus on the bad side so they can sell news because that's their job, sell the news. But if they actually do their profession right, they could spread so much good out there because I don't think that there is no good out there.
Yeah, look, there's definitely a lot of people who just take advantage of charitable things or charities and all these non-profit organizations that take the money and it doesn't actually go to where it's supposed to go to.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that just want to take credit for it, and that's not healthy. It's not a good thing. But being charitable is not looking for credit.
Absolutely.
For doing something. And trying to help someone, like we referred to earlier on, isn't about self gain. I think there's a lot too much of that these days. You even have a look on TikTok videos and people going, "Oh, look, I gave the $10,000 to this person who was struggling on the street." But there you are, you're right there, showing it on a video to get self recognition that you're giving.
Yes.
That's not helping someone. That's helping yourself, trying to get more TikTok viewers or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think there's too much of that, and I think far too many people just want to get likes and good reviews and an illusion that they're doing something good for somebody.
Yeah.
Rather than just going to your church, and helping for nothing, and just going to just going to the park on a weekend and helping some homeless people or people that need your assistance.
Yes.
Without a big bravado and without this, that, and the other. I think we need to get back to being
humble,
good people again.
Yeah.
Good people. Again, instead of not just doing it for views or just recognition in some way or form. People, you need to check out the motives of some people. I think what their motives are of creating that kind of. You need to empower people more. I think to stand up, not just to help, just keep feeding them. It's like the government gives food stamps or checks and stuff like that. Instead of just doing that, what you need to empower people to do more and help them, better rather than just putting a band-aid on it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going into too many subjects, but giving there's a lot of ways that it's taken out of context, or it's a pretty broad subject, to be honest.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It can be a general one, but then when we break it down into stages, I think, like, I always thought that, you know what, I always want to help people, because even when I was in the army, I wanted to do it because I liked helping others. It was like it was kind of like my purpose, like that. What if I got brought in life so I can help people? But then the more people I was helping, like friends and stuff, not money wise or anything. Like, I'm all the time. If anyone needs me, I'll be there. I'll be as great listener as I can, right? But recently, from the research I did, and I want to welcome Wingo as well, is that I've been doing a little bit wrong type of helping, because I was interfering in life, and life lessons can teach so many big things out there, right? And that's why I said before that helping less can actually help more. That it doesn't mean helping less means, for example, like somebody might ask, like, okay, Alex, what do you mean, like not help? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that sometimes, because of our love towards the person or caring too much or anything like that, can actually damage the person, can actually hurt them, can actually steal the knowledge out there. Like, life happens the way it happens for a reason and to teach us. And I got, I was growing as a person, and I used to remember, like, I was sitting outside of my base in the army, and there was an old person, like, I used to call him grandpa because that's how I felt about him, right? So I was seeing him as my grandpa, and he was starting talking about life and everything, and I was listening, and he said to me, "Can I give you one advice, one just simple life advice?" And I said, "Yeah, do not help a lot." And I'm like, 18 years old, 19 years old at that time. I'm like, what do you mean not help a lot? And he goes like, I can see you that you're willing to listen and everything, but do not help a lot in a way of damaging the other person. But the years passed and everything, and I forgot about that. I forgot what this grandpa said to me, right?
Yeah.
And I kept going. Like, when a friend needed me, there you go, supporting you, and that put me into times that I struggled for myself because I provided everything I could. So I put myself into like a risk, and I did a little bit of this research and heard the podcast, and I want to share it with you guys a little bit about it. And do you want actually to say your opinion about helping less can actually help more, and then I'll go through the.
Yeah. You just reminded me, not reminded me, you just actually, absolutely, you just thought of something there that you just hit a nail on the head. Like, sometimes you try and help your family members, and which it's just naturally, it's family, and I love family.
Absolutely,
Right?
everyone loves family.
And so, if what, there's often times where you want to just, or a sibling will call out for you for help, not for monetary help, or just, listen, this is my opinion. So I had this conversation with my other sibling, and this is what was happened, and this is what was said, and we've all been there, brothers and sisters quarrel, brothers and sisters fight, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they want to bring you in as the mediator, or the person, or to take sides.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So that's what happens, right? You have to take one side or the other, and whether it be family or whether it be extended family, I've started to take over the past 10 years or so. I've started to take less a role in getting involved in people's quarrels, and in just family quarrels and stuff. And they're like, "Oh no, but you should tell. They'll listen to you. You should tell them this." And I'm like, "No, you have to sort this out yourselves, because what ends up happening is, say if I get involved, or say somebody gets involved from the outside,
Yeah.
those people find after about a couple of months they're fine, that they get on again, because it's family. Blood always gets back together most of the time, and they resolve their differences, and then the person that was in there in the middle, that person becomes the bad person because they took a side, or they're trying to mediate. They were like, "Oh no, but he shouldn't have said this," and then you end up being the person that they both start disliking.
Yeah.
So it's better sometimes to stand back and say, I'll be here, but just why don't you guys just work out your differences? Because often the person who tries to help is the one that gets turned on.
Yeah, pays the price.
So that's happened to me. Yeah, it's happened to me a bunch of times. And and there's always just good intent, just to be the listener, or the person, but you have to be very careful, and this is trying to help somebody. You're trying to be the help, but you're the one that ends up getting turned on. So yeah, I kind of learned my lesson over the years, and I've started to take more of a step back. I'm not sure if any of you guys have had that experience in the past. I'm sure you guys have.
I mean, yeah, helping someone can always have that stage in life that we pay the price, and all we could, it was just to try to help. But yeah, I'll come back to you, Stacy.
I'm that very blunt friend, so
It's always hard love.
I don't.
Tough love, yeah.
Yeah, I'm that friend that will, like, I always tell them, listen, I'll be the first one to make you cry, but I'm gonna be the first one to offer you a shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If telling you the truth hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, but hug it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you. Like, I'm not the one to blow smoke. So
you're the person that says it when everybody else is thinking it, right, Stace?
Yeah, and I tend to get in trouble for it tends to get me in trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
But I can't help myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that, like, so I think all of us want to be altruistic. Like, it's just, like I said, it's just a human thing. Like, we just, to help people. But there's a fine line when it starts to cross over into being a pathological, where altruism crosses over into pathological altruism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what that means, Alex?
Yeah. I like the fact that she came straight towards me. If I know what she means. Okay, Stacey.
Well, they're big words, and you're just a young kid, so
No, I've heard them. Yeah, no. I understand what you mean.
So it's, for people that don't know, it's when the intent of helping somebody goes too far, to the point that it's destructive to you or to them. And that's where it can get tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you start putting your own needs aside, like, you're trying to help someone so much, it puts you out to the point where you're broke, or you're struggling so bad you can't even keep your own head up, but you'll do anything to help them do whatever they want to do.
I've done that.
Yeah, and it can go, and there's so many scenarios. It can go from, that to helping someone so much that they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Or helping someone otherwise to avoid, like, an awkward situation kind of thing. That's part of it too. But I think the biggest thing people see is the enabling.
Yes.
I think there's more enabling unintentionally, like people don't realize it. They confuse it with love, and it's not the same thing. It's very, very different. And I don't know that I should talk about this.
No, you should.
And we do it as go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna refer on it, Stace. So go ahead, do it.
Yeah. It's just, well, it's a story. It's so it's something I had to deal with Matt, and I'm not gonna say the person's name. Let's just call her Susan.
Okay.
Anyway, an oldest child, and who, his oldest child, who is my stepchild, she was a great kid, straight A student, super smart. Just, when I met Matt, they were a lot to handle, and but everybody was walking all over him. Like, he did everything for everybody, just not to feel good about himself, but to just because he thought that would make them happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta lay some rules down here, like, Well, long story short, I mean, well into her 20s, she developed a drug problem, and it was, and he thought he was helping her by, she was struggling, so she would say, I need this or I need that.
Yeah.
And he'd give her money, and everybody did it. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, her mom, like everybody, and I'm like, you have got to stop. You got to stop.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing anything to help her.
Yeah.
What you need to do is not do that.
Yeah.
Tell her, I am not giving you money because I love you, but I will bring you to this rehab place, or I will do this for you, or I will offer you to bring you wherever you need to get help, or offer you these things. And if she doesn't want to take them, you can't help that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can only give them the tools to help themselves. You can't do it for them.
Yeah.
And it was really hard for him. I mean, it took him a while to grasp that concept, and I think it took everybody on that side of the family a while to grasp that concept. And it's still an ongoing battle, I'll tell you. It's still an ongoing battle, but it's better than it's been. And it's better than it was.
All you want to do is help, right? Like, it's your family.
Yeah.
You love your child, and you just don't know how. If sometimes you don't know how, how to help that, and it gets to your heart because it's your child, and you just want to help them any way you can, and you think it's too short term, right? You're trying to get a short term fix to try and help them, but it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I think this is a huge point, Stacey, you're mentioning. Because I think we do this with our children all the time, even if it's not as far as a drug problem, even if it's as far as, getting them everything they want, like I want this, I want that. If not, they get all angry and, butthurt about something. And, what I used to say with my kids is like, help me to say yes to everything you want, right? Yeah. I don't want to say no to everything. I don't want to be that person who says no to everything, because I heard no all the time when I was growing up, right? So I want to be the dad that says yes to everything, but there's certain things that you have to do, right, to be able to, for me to say yes. So, your homework needs to be done. You need to be in bed at this time. There's certain things that you need to do. These things that you're going to have to do. So, when you come to me with a question and say, Dad, can I get this? My answer will more than likely be yes, because is everything else taken care of? Yeah, that's where I'll always check first. Let me have a look at your grades. Let me have a look at this. Let me have a look at that. Let me see what's going on. And so it kind of gave them a reason to be able to ask and get the yes, so they'd go do all the other things. When we're just giving them stuff out of just to keep them quiet sometimes, and it literally gets down to that, right? Sometimes you're just like, oh, this kid's never going to stop about it. Just get him the iPhone.
Yeah.
Then we're just in that trap, and We're enabling them, and we're just, sometimes we're just not taking responsibility for that, for doing the right thing. But just with a short-term fix of just giving them the money that they need. You're 100% right, Stacey. Whether it's drugs, whether it's things, that was my fix, was give me the reason to say yes with my kids. So I did say no. I did say no to them a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But I think you need to learn the value. They need to learn the value of a no. Right?
Yeah, and see, my parents were like the enablers. I mean, my parents were tough. But I'm a stubborn person. So I'm the person that I need to do it on my own. I don't care if you tell me it's hot. I'm going to touch it. Because I need to know for myself if it's hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all through college, I mean, before I met Matt, I made some not great life choices. Constantly made not great life choices. Okay.
Who has those days?
But they always bail me out, and which was bad for me because, and I mean, I've never been to jail or anything like that. We're not talking about anything like that. But like, if I blew my rent money or something, my mom would always send me rent money to make sure it was covered, which didn't teach me a lesson. Just that I could spend it and she would bail me out,
Yeah.
So it's like, or don't hang out with those people because of this, or, you need to make better life choices. And no, it just helps you kind of go farther down the rabbit hole because they're going to pull you out before you hit rock bottom,
Right.
So that's why I try to explain to my kids, like, that's why I try to explain to my stepdaughter, and her mom's done a great job. Like, everybody did such a great job and is still doing a great job, like supporting without being enabling. And it's still hard, because we used to have the grandbaby and stuff, and her mom has him most of the time. And it's just, it is what it is, but it's that I know how damaging it can be, and mine wasn't bad, but I know where it could potentially go, whether from watching it through friends or have done it myself, or so I know it's hard. I mean, tough love's that's why they call it tough love. It's a hard thing to do. It's heartbreaking to have to do, but especially, I mean, it breaks your heart, especially when you're such a helping person. It breaks your heart, but you have to do it. You have to do it. Somebody can't help themselves.
I think people don't realize, or the kids don't realize, we may call it tough love, and the kids think it's tough love on them, but they don't realize how tough it is as parents, how tough it is for us to give that tough love. It's even tougher.
It's like Cecilia. Yeah, Cecilia's terrible. I mean, Cecilia's
not
terrible.
A good way to say that.
She's an angel. What are you talking about?
Terrible about it. Like, she's at this stage where it's like, I want this or I want that, and she doesn't get angry or throw fits like that, but she'll just be pouty.
Yeah.
Or, just whatever, because I didn't buy her this one thing, or because I didn't whatever. But I'm like, listen, if you have money that you've earned, if it's important enough for you to spend your money on it, then buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's not, don't expect me to spend my money on it.
Oh, they don't want to spend their money. Oh, they don't want to.
You're right. Then that's what I tell them. It's tough life lessons.
Yeah.
See,
I'm making you make good life choices.
That's why I have to agree with a quote from Bruce Lee that he said, give your kids the tools of life so they can make anything they want. Don't give them everything they want, but then they don't have any value in life, right? They need, we, and I'll put myself, we need to learn what's the value in life, right? Treat everyone with respect, the way we want to be treated, and then learn more valuable lessons that discipline, commitment, motivated, If I want something, I have to go chase it. I have to find ways to do it, to make it happen. If everything comes on a silver plate, then end of the day, you're gonna lose it because you haven't learned how to keep it. You got it for free, right? Without any hard work, without any effort and everything. But then you are about to lose it because you don't value it. You take for granted things, right? So me as a kid, I never expected anything. I never requested anything. I was happy with the food I had on my table. I was happy with the clothes I was getting. I never expected anything expensive or anything, right? Until then, I moved into UK. I started working, and I'm like, you know what? And we can always be into that position, right? And it was missing a really important piece of the puzzle. It was missing, and what it was, I started spending money. I was doing like buying Nikes. I was buying like Jordans. I was like, because I was like, you know what? I've got my own money now. I can afford this. But could I? Could I not use the money for something much, much greater? Right? So I wasted about, can't remember, not even a year for it. And I'm like, you know what? No, lesson learned. Do you really need that? Can you not go to Primark and buy the same quality of clothes, just less branded, right? So that's how I changed my mentality. But no one started saying to me like, stop buying this, it's expensive. No one, like my mom was telling me like, you don't really need that, right? She had her way to teach me things, right? And then my mom was the first person, my best friend was the second person, more people came abroad, and I'm like, okay, if more people are telling me that, maybe I'm the wrong person here. I have the wrong mentality. So, but I couldn't realize it at the time. But then when my joggers got ripped apart, I'm like, I've just paid like 70 quid for that, and it gets destroyed that easily. No, okay, no chance. I've got enough clothes, no more buys Nikes or anything like that. And I went into the perspective of the mentality actually of, there is a sentence out there that they say, act like a millionaire. But that act like a millionaire doesn't mean that you have to have a Lamborghini or anything like that. What they do is they value their time. So their time management is freaking unbelievable, right? If they want to reply to someone, they just press a like, right? The other person is not getting offended, right? Are you gonna meet me, for example, at the cinema? Like. That's how much the time is important to them. They don't even write yes or no, right? I'm not saying that I'm gonna ignore people, but time management, you have to learn from it. What is it? And it's a valuable asset. Then you have to value the money. Like, not the physicality, but what money can provide you. You can buy food, you can buy a house, you can rent, you can do that. Then it's different story. If you value materials, that's up to you. But when you value, for example, like the money, you don't take them for granted. You have to work for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you haven't earned it, you don't really know the value of it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I used to, if my kids used to ask me for a pair of, like sneakers or Nikes or whatever, I'd tell them how many hours it took me or how many days it would take me to buy them those shoes. And they're like, what? You have to work that many hours for me to buy those shoes? I'm like, yeah, and so it's not that I didn't get them for them, but I used to tell them what it cost in worked hours, not in how many dollars, because kids don't know the value of money. They don't know it unless they've earned it.
Exactly.
And they're like, if I have to go out and work for a day or 2 days to buy you this certain thing, that I had to go and put in all these hours to go do it. And still then they don't even realize the true value until they start actually, putting in hours. Like, imagine you had to go to school for like a week to be able to and do all your homework and everything right, to get that, then then you can have this.
Yeah.
And that's why I always used to say, give me the reason to say yes. These are all the things that we expect from you.
Yeah.
If you do all those things, then that you've got a higher chance of getting what you want. And then I could still say no because we might not have enough money for that. We might not, there could be other things that, situations where we can't get that for you yet. So you have to I think we have to put that into the mindset of our kids early on, and the earlier the better. I'm just as guilty of spoiling my kids as anybody else. I've been through that. I've been through that too. Because sometimes you feel, as you're failing, as a father in certain aspects. If you're not there, you couldn't do this, or you weren't there, for a certain game, or you couldn't make it. Then you try and pay them off with gifts.
That's what I don't want to do it, to be honest. Like and I've sat down and I'm like, do I need to make like not a handbook, like a book by specific words and sentences that I can use? Because being a parent is hard, right? And no one can teach you that. You have to go this journey on your own with your partner, and the moments are going to appear at that moment, and that's why life is the biggest teacher. So I was like, you know what? The first thing that I'm gonna explain to them is that good times make weak people, right? Weak people have bad times. Then bad times create strong people. And then it's a circle, right? Until you learn how to break the circle. So I want to teach them that, you know what? There's not gonna be a circle. You're not gonna be in a comfortable position and then you're gonna spoil your kids. No, you are gonna teach them exactly the same thing. You have to let life do what it needs to do, right? So if I can learn them, if I can teach them that, do you know what? Being in the position I am, I had to sacrifice everything. You want to go to university? Okay, what I can do is not spoil you. I'm not gonna be like, oh, here you go, money and stuff. You want to go to uni? Okay, you're gonna bust yourself, study as much as you can, achieve the goal that you want, hit your dream, and I'll be there for you. That's all I can do.
Alex, I hear you, man. I hear you, and it's great saying.
But I'm not gonna do it.
Once your daughter or your son looks into your eyes, you're just gonna melt like ice cream.
I know, but it's all about talking to them.
No, I 100% agree. But guys, even if it is hard, it is hard being a parent. I don't want to put anybody off. Just on the thing, it's the most rewarding thing that can ever happen to a person, is to be a parent.
I think I can be a little bit hard as a parent. I think I can be like, yes, absolutely. I'm gonna go to my bedroom, for example, and have a word with a wife, which I don't currently have. It's all futuristic conversations. But yeah, absolutely. If my daughter or my son ask me something and I have to say no, it will melt my heart. But I think I'm gonna sit them down and explain them instead of pretend that I'm the bad person. You didn't get what you wanted. I'm the bad person, and then go have a word with my wife. I think I have to find the way of explaining them because they're not dumb. Like if I could understand everything at the age of 3-4 years old, what stops the rest of the kids, right?
No, I agree. Children are very smart, and this is the thing. In our culture, I'm sure in other cultures too. When you remember when we grew up, it was like it was that generation of be seen but not heard. Be quiet and listen, and don't make too much noise. And I was of that generation, and parents didn't explain to us as much as they could have. A lot of parents, the kids won't understand. But kids understand far more than you think if you
Yes.
just sit down and explain to them. But if you sit down and explain to them as people, not as little children, like, you in the baby voices come, you don't know what to do. Oh, all the boo boo baba.
Belittle
No,
them.
you got to sit down and talk to them as a human, and a kid understands more because they need to understand the tones of voice.
Yes.
Yes, this is annoying. This is not a very good thing. Kids need to know, and I think the sooner they understand that, the sooner they start processing information and start actually, and the other thing is when children ask a question, answer them. Don't say, "Oh, never mind." Don't just doesn't matter what just do as I tell you.
Yeah.
No, explain to them. Explain to them what the reason is. And once they have a reason, then they can move on with it, and at least they've got something to work with. If you just tell them, "Oh no, just go to your room and I'll deal with you later," that never works. That never works.
Exactly.
And I think like because you don't have kids yet, Alex, but
No, yeah, absolutely.
if you say those things that you're gonna do, like you need to have a plan because parenting is a war zone.
Okay. I bet.
Like,
and both your parents
you
have to
can sit there and,
be able to-
yeah, you can sit there and be like, my life is gonna be like this, and my kids are gonna do this, this, and this. But until they get there, once they get there, you're like,
Yeah, I bet.
it's a whole new ball game.
I bet.
But like,
divide and conquer. Kids know how to divide and conquer. Parents have to be on the same side at all times.
Oh yeah, all the time. I mean, it's bad, but trying to like, so you have that foundation and that knowledge now, whereas, mine came later in life. So trying to implement those things into pre-teenagers, oh,
I bet.
that
I
is a
bet.
struggle.
I bet.
That's a hard one.
But that's the thing, right?
But I mean, it's Matt and I are, God, it's go ask your dad, go ask your mom. Well, Dad said to ask you. Well, ask him. I don't care.
But there you go. Like, see, it's kind of like while I was growing as a person, like growing up as a person, I always had, I don't know, somehow, like, no one taught me that, but I've learned it myself. If I have to talk to someone and understand me, I have to speak to them as equal, right? Because if you sit down, for example, and I think I've learned that actually from my mom. Like, my mom was the parent and the friend, like the best friend. And whenever I had a question, she would sit me down and explain it to me both ways. As a parent, in a more strict tone. She wasn't strict, right? But let's be honest. I think she is the best mom ever, right? And everything I'm doing, everything I've done, it's mainly because of her. And I have to give credit for her because she was a single mom. She was having her job. She had to make time to study us, wash our clothes, watch a movie with us, eat, prepare the food, prepare us for school. Like, it was so hard, and I could see the struggle from my mom's side, right? And she would sit me down and explain it to me as a mom and then as a best friend. And then I think that's how I realized and I made the people skills that I have, that if I ever have a kid, no matter if they're gonna frustrate me or make me angry or anything, in my mind, I have to have that folder that says, click here, relax, and just treat them equally and explain to them, right? As you said, Stacey, it's a hard job. It's really hard job, and I might sound like so smooth right now and stuff. I don't know where.
I want to clip this.
Yeah.
So when you have kids, we can come back.
It's definitely going to happen, Alex. That's definitely going to happen. I can't wait.
We will remember. We will remember.
Tom and I are like, ooh.
Yeah.
But listen, I think the more you get prepared before you make the kids, the easier it will
You can
become,
never be, you
right?
can never
My
be
grandkids will probably
prepared.
be the same age as your kids, and that'll be interesting.
But you know
I
what?
like the point that James made, though. Did you read that in the chat?
Yeah,
Sorry,
about
no.
cash.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What, they're teaching kids?
I think that's very true.
So James says teaching
Yeah.
kids the value of money with a number on a screen and a card is going to be way harder than learning with cash or trading possessions. Yeah, I mean, I think we can still keep teaching them with with Monopoly money, I guess. The digital's coming in now, and it is going to be tougher. But I think there's still going to be a way that we can do that.
I want to
like,
hear,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying,
Yeah,
James. Because
kids are so visual.
I
So,
want to
like,
hear
they have to see what they're losing. Like, it's like that whole, do you want 10 $1 bills or one $10 bill? They're going to take the 10 $1 bills. You know what I mean? Because it looks like more money, even though it's not.
I have kids now, guys, right? When they come to work at my restaurant, they don't know how to give change. They don't know. They're
That's crazy.
16 and 17. They don't know how to count change back. Even they get the till will tell them how much money to give back, so it's super easy anyway. But they don't know how to get that much money because they just don't know how to count. It's ridiculous.
There you go. That's the answer, because they don't know how to count. So you can't blame the online transactions with the paper bill. I know that from fact, because I grew up with paper bill and at the same time like credits, right? So I knew both ways. Now it's up to
I was given change when I was 6 years old.
Yeah, obviously it's like different ages, but I don't think learning the kids about paper, they're gonna value it more than the online. I think what they need to learn is, on the sub perspective, like the people that they can't even count, I'm going to say the truth, that learn how to do math. That's the main problem there. And then the value, it's if they can value things that they can't see, that's the beauty of it. Because if you have to prove to them that they have to always see it, then if you come up, like in a job perspective, right? People are going to say, prove me wrong. How can you prove wrong with your own skills if you can't actually show them? If someone doesn't show you, nowhere sub. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying. Like, I think kids, because they are smart, they can't value the money even without paper. I think we underestimate them.
As they grow, you know what I mean? You have to teach them that stuff as they grow, and at different life stages, they're going to associate better with hands-on things than they're going to with something on a screen. Like, I can give Cecilia $100 bill and my debit card. Man, she will blow through that debit card on everything she wants and not question it whatsoever. But if she had to spend the $100 bill, she's going to be very careful about what she gets, because every time that money goes down and she's physically watching it, and she's going to be like, okay, I only have this much left, and this costs this much, Whereas if I give her my plastic card, she's just like, whatever, I don't care what it costs. She don't care. It's, I think that's what James means. Like, they value it better when they can physically see
the number.
Or physically see how it's affecting their choices, rather than just giving them a card and being like, here you go.
But giving a card,
I don't know if that makes sense. But as they get older, like if you do it, I think when they're younger, they have to physically see it. They have to physically realize what a $100 bill is worth, what a $50 bill is worth, what a $10 bill is worth, what this will get you. And as they get older, that can transition over into, you give them the card, but they see the amount. they can register that in their brain.
Yeah.
But if we're just trying to teach them with a plastic card, they're never going to get that concept of there's not endless money.
There you
know?
go. You just answered it, Stacy. By giving kids a card, they don't know how much money it's inside. So do you think
Right.
that it's the parent mistake that they don't inform that, you know what? Just because you can't see the number, I only have like $100. I think the unknown is making the damage there, right? So
Yeah, that's why they have to be taught that to be able to,
yeah,
associate that.
so if, for example, you give Cecilia or Josiah or even me if you want, I don't mind, right? So so if you give, for example, right, and we do a test, and you say, there you go, $100, right? And to the other kid, you give the card, and you turn around and say, it only has $100, and you show them from the app that it only has $100. Do you think that they are gonna still spend it unlimited?
It depends on the age. Like Josiah, it would be different. It'd be different for somebody Josiah or Cecilia's age than it would be for like somebody who's like 8.
Yeah, no, to an 8 years old kid, no, I'm never gonna
You know what I
give the
mean?
card.
But obviously, like Johanna, who is 22, she's gonna look at that way different than Josiah or Cecilia are gonna look at that.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, okay, well, I spent $20 on gas. I only have $80 for the rest of the week. Like, I'm not doing anything. Josiah and Cecilia are gonna be like, oh, I still have $80. I'm gonna spend it till I have 80 cents. Like,
Yeah. But there you go. Like there is a
and
lot
it's parenting too. Like it's, I don't know. That's where the tough love comes in.
It does.
Back to tough love.
See, my mom was like that. And she has to say it up until today. She always say, Alex never asked me €1. I've learned on my own how to value it. Like, obviously, I had the conversations with my mom, not on my own. I would say 50-50. It's a half job, right? 50% from my mom, 50% from me. Because I had to make my decisions from a really, really early stage of my life. Like, I had to decide for things since I was like 5 years old kid, right? So, what I'm saying is that she is saying that, but on the back of the head, it's literally like Alex is doing the whole job. Like, I told him a few things that I could, but he has to decide what's going on. Like my sister and me, different story, right? I was like, I never asked for €1. My sister, up until today, she doesn't know what sacrifice means. She works, she literally works, she enjoys life, and then she comes back to me and says, I'm not happy with my work. I'm trying to show her, I'm trying to give her the tools, and she's still not taking them. So I'm like, I can't help you. But don't come.
Well, that like goes back to the whole thing. You can't help somebody that cannot help themselves.
Exactly.
If they don't have a desire or a will or a drive or a goal to help themselves, you can't help them. And if you try to, you're going to fall into that whole helping them until you're harming yourself.
Yeah. And that's why.
And that's not worth it at that point.
Absolutely. So I have to see her failing, right? I saw her failing with her business. I gave her a lot of tools and she didn't do it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. I'm not going to fight for you. While if I was the type of person while I was growing up, I would spend my money to help her and support her business. But then it would mean I wouldn't invest. I wouldn't start my own business. I wouldn't start, my own journey. So I couldn't sacrifice myself because she wasn't listening, right? I loved her to bits. And if, for example, like when I'll be in a really good position of money, and I know I will, if she ever goes to me and says, you know what, I've got that idea, I will back her up, but I will tell her one thing before I help her. If you are willing to put 150% effort because you are not 18 anymore, you are more, right? And she's older than me. If you're willing to put 150%, then I'm gonna back you up. If you've learned what life taught you, that's fine. I will support you, but I'm not gonna give your fight. You have to fight. You have to put your effort. You have to be disciplined. You have to be motivated. You have to be willing to sacrifice one holiday, for example, right?
Well, then you don't appreciate it though in the end either. If you don't put in the work, you don't appreciate the outcome.
Exactly. Yeah. And you always have a backup plan, right? She was always saying, like, even if I fail, I tried. And I said to her, no, don't, because that creates a comfortability, and you don't have to be comfortable. You shouldn't be comfortable. Success is uncomfortable.
Well, and that goes back into that. Yeah, and it goes back to that whole thing too. If she's talking about herself failing, she failed already. You can't put those kind of words into your universe.
Yeah.
Because then you're manifesting that into your life.
Yeah. Law of attraction.
Your journey has to be your journey. This is the thing, right?
Yeah.
If you rely on everybody else, then it's not your journey.
And that's comfortability.
No.
So yeah, it's not. I agree with you, Sab. So a few things based on that now that the subject came. I'm gonna just say a few things that I wrote down. And
we're jumping down the rabbit hole, aren't we?
Yeah. Yes. So
come on, let's do it. Let's go down.
Let's do it.
So hopefully people will see the value out of this conversation, because it is valuable, and I love it, and I appreciate both of you for being here. And before I said, like, what do you think about helping less can actually help more? And a few reasons behind that is that help sometimes, and I'm reading the comments as well at the same time, help sometimes is just disguised control. When you jump in too quickly, you teach people that they can't handle life without you. And I've done that. Whatever I'm gonna read, I've done that, guys. I know I've been wrong, right? So, and that's when Stacy comes along with the tough love, and she's not the only person I've heard it. I think, Sab, I've heard it from you before. I've heard it from my best friend. I've heard it from MSK. I've heard it from a lot of people that they actually want to see me succeeding. They want me to grow as a person. And that's the beauty out of it, that here, it's not only me, it's all of us. So if it can benefit every single person out there, that's beautiful. And when you carry their load, they never build the muscle to carry it themselves, right? And about that, they're not going to give the fight for you. You have to put the effort. You have to be disciplined. You have to be motivated, and you have to find ways to overcome obstacles. So that's the meaning out of it. It's not that, oh, I have a heavy couch, I'm not gonna help you, right? That's a different story. So it's based on the mentality here. When you do everything for someone, they learn helplessness. When people stop trying because someone else always steps in, then your rescuing can rob their resilience. Your fixing can steal their chance to figure it out. Yeah. All that is about how I have supported people, right? How I have helped, and look at how wrong I was, right? And at the same time, I was destroying myself as well. So your guidance can block them from developing their own inner compass, right? They have to go through that. They have to fail to learn, right? If you have to guide someone all the time, if you have to take their risks, their fights, everything, then it's not called their life, it's called your life. Right?
So yeah, you're robbing them from their learning. Yeah.
Exactly. So helping someone can actually hurt them. And that's the help that in an extreme way, right? If you have to do everything for them, it hurts them straight away. Because they will become lazy. They will become expecting from you all the time. Like, they're not going to be, how can I do that? So it's much better to give them the tools. And helping someone can actually hurt them. Trying to fix someone can actually make them feel more broken. And I wasn't realizing it at that time. I think, Stacy, you gave the example with Matt before, right? So when you rush to solve, you send a hidden message: you can't do this without me. It can turn love into pity. It can turn care into control. Support doesn't mean solving. Love doesn't mean fixing. Compassion doesn't mean control. Helping someone, again, can hurt them. So fixing someone can break them. Carrying someone can weaken them. Protecting someone can trap them. Right? That's the extreme things that what I've basically said, right? And these are things that I've learned and I've heard from other people and podcasts and people in my life and everything, right? And I realized today that I was writing these things, that how wrong I've been as a friend. Because what I wanted from when I struggled and stuff, I didn't want people to give the fight. I wanted them to be present to make them leave that accomplishment. I wanted to feel that I accomplished that myself, right? So that's how you can rob their chances, is that when someone is struggling and they have to figure out a way to overcome the obstacle, they will feel more positive about themselves. They will believe more in themselves, right? Their confidence is gonna grow if you don't engage on that. If you don't give the fight. So that's all I can say about this. Helping less can actually help more, because it has a stage, right? I've been here. Sab knows this. Stacy knows this, right? When I built the server on Discord, I couldn't sleep. And then I sent a message to the guys and I said, I can't, there's no chance. If I don't figure out how to do the security and put like my AI bot onto the server, I'm not gonna sleep. And in 4 hours time, I had to go to work, right? So I sacrificed my sleep. But what they did, it was MSK and Sub jumped straight away onto the phone call and they helped me by listening. They didn't do the job for me, but they helped me. So I just want to point that out, because I think it has really valuable perspective, if that makes sense, that it can help loads of people out there. And you said it up before, that it's kind of like enabling them. And I don't know what you guys think now.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I think you've covered it well, Alex. I think we've done a pretty good job of this subject. It can go. We can talk about it more, obviously, and it's a very, very broad subject. But I think most people get it, and I think most of us have been through this as well, in our lives, and we can relate to it. So I think it was a very good topic, very good thing to cover.
I agree. And,
good job.
Thank you guys for being here. Are we
talking about the law of attraction, or are we not going to save that for another time?
No. Yes, it is coming. It is coming. And it's related, to be honest, Stacey, with the second subject. So
I think that should.
Yeah.
We are talking about now or later?
Yeah. So we are going to discuss it now. that it's combined.
We can wrap up with that.
No, it's okay. Well, are you tired? I hope you're not.
No, I'm saying like we can wrap up like after you're done talking about that, because I don't want to be 4 hours.
Oh, no. We're not gonna do 4 hours. Don't worry. We are currently at 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. So just a few comments, because I haven't put them on the live lately, but people can actually read them. Is that Jerry and Elba said, I thank everyone who has joined us. Please hit the like button. Please stop at Savage Faith Creation and get your F2F merchandise, financial freedom. And also not only financial freedom, merchandise, right? Stacy's as well. She has done a freaking unbelievable, amazing job onto the website. And you can see
Jerry and Alba actually just did their first order for your F2F merch, so it'll be interesting to see how it looks. I want to know how the hats turn out.
Yes, please send the photos on the breakfast house, please. We need to see them.
Well, let me know if they're good first.
Yeah. No matter what, send them, right? So a little bit of shout out as well to Stacy, who has been a sponsor for the merch. And this time I'm not saying Merc. I can see your expressions up waiting for me to say Merc. But yeah, the link from the website that Stacy has, which is Savage Faith Creations. Sorry, Stacy. You can see on here, on the bottom corner, left corner on the screen, you can see the logo and everything, and the animation. And I will put the link down below the description, so you can guys click it and it will guide you straight away into the website. Please check the merchandise. It's unreal. And what I'm saying unreal, it has good prices. It's for all occasions. You can even send here like your suggestions about if you have a logo or a photo or something and you want to do a present to your loved ones or a friend or anything. You can create with Stacy something amazing and give it as a present. So please do click the link. And I'm still waiting for mine, to be honest, Stacy. I love that. I love every single color, honestly. And I have to mention that here, that Stacy has put amazing colors, and I didn't even participate on that, right? So it's all Stacy's job. So she has black, white, navy. When I'm saying navy, it's blue, purple, red, and it's so good. It's so good, right? And thank you very much as well to Jerry and Elba for showing the support that you are showing with everything that you are doing, from likes, comments, chatting to us on the Discord, purchasing the hoodies. Hopefully you will love the hoodies. I mean, Stacy made them, so I bet you will love them. So
the hats look really good. I see that the camouflage one.
Yes.
F2F. The gold on the camo looks really good. And you've got V-necks too, right? Thanks, Stace.
I did.
You did V-necks. You did V-necks for me. Thank you.
Yeah. She's doing a fantastic job. So please do.
Hey, they even have a V-neck sweater, like a V-neck knit sweater. I was like, should I embroider that for Saab?
Actually, let me copy paste the link as well and put it onto the live chat stage. There you go. This is the link, guys, for everyone who hasn't seen it on the previous videos or anything on the descriptions. Please do click the link and check it out. I think you're gonna love it.
They look really good. Sorry, Alex. I'm just looking at the website now. So
no.
They look really good. The
I love it.
Looks fantastic. Honestly, the quality looks so good.
I love it.
Yeah,
I have more. Awesome. I'm working on more stuff, and I'm still trying to get the website down. But it's just time. I need the time. I need time.
It's totally fine, Stace. I know you are a busy person. You've got kids, you've got a husband, so
Like I
absolutely
said, it's
understandable.
all self-induced.
Thank you.
All
If
self-induced.
you need any support with anything, let me know, right? I don't want to put
I'm
you
good.
the whole weight on your shoulders.
I'm
So
good. I love pressure. I love it. I love being busy.
I'm saying the same thing, to be honest, at work, and nobody can understand me. We perform much better when we are pressured, right? You use
I
that.
looked at Matt today, and Matt's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I'm bored," and he goes, "Oh God." He's like, "I hate it when you're bored." Because then I just find stuff to do. Like I'll walk out with a drill or a saw, and he's like, "Where are you going? What are you doing?"
So yeah, thank you so much for all your support and everyone else that supported this amazing journey so far, and it's amazing. Honestly, I wasn't expecting all this. And I said it, and I'll be a little bit humble now because that's who I am. Is that when I started this journey, I was like afraid to upload my first video, and I had loads of like sub MSK, my friend, everyone was telling me like, start, upload the video, you gotta start now, right? And I'm saying it even on my banner on YouTube, the right time to start is now, and I wasn't doing it. So I'm really thankful and grateful about the results. The results are much more in a scale of what I was expecting. And I appreciate everyone who is watching. I appreciate everyone who's participating, and I appreciate everyone who's doing everything that everyone is doing. Like I can't explain it. I can't express the gratitude. But soon,
The law of attraction. That's what it is.
it is. It is.
What it is, Alex. What it is. Is that our next subject, by the way?
Yes. Yes. So we're
All
gonna talk
right.
about it. Yeah. Sorry.
What a
Sorry.
great segue. That was a fantastic segue, Stace.
So
Thanks.
we are gonna talk right now for the next subject is a little bit a few stages. So it's law of attraction. It's saying no. It is hard, but it's a complete sentence. And we're going to discuss about all this energy and everything like that. I think they will help a lot of people out there. So I'm gonna start with you guys. I'll stop talking now. I don't my presentation.
All
Yeah.
right. So,
I think we
go
already talked kind of about saying no. I mean, a lot. That's the whole tough love thing. But the law of, I don't know if people know what the law of attraction is.
Yeah, present it as people that they don't know it.
secret. It's a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Secret. That's a great. I've listened to the audiobook. I actually watched podcasts on it and stuff. And it's a controversial subject. I mean, especially for people who are religious or have religion and whatever. And there's nothing against any of that stuff. I'm just saying, it's just science that, there's energy. The world's made of energy and frequencies and whatever God you believe in or higher power or whatever you want to call it, it's all real. But I think that the law of attraction, I think, ties into this whole enabling, and the altruism thing because, basically the law of attraction is what you put out is what you put out into the universe is what's going to come back to you. Mm-hmm. So if you're putting out, like if you're helping somebody, but it's always out of guilt or fear or if you have bad intentions towards it or behind it, like you're doing things with a malicious intent, you're going to end up, that's a very low frequency. So you're going to end up surrounding yourself unintentionally with people constantly needing help. You're going to end up surrounding your people with, or being surrounded with people or having relationships that are very low frequency or, they drain you. I mean, you'll have a lot of emotional imbalance in your life. And it goes the opposite way too. When you're helping people from a place of love and compassion and generosity that's genuine, your life is naturally going to vibrate at a higher frequency. You're going to be surrounded with people who are at that frequency. I don't know.
Like us, Stace, right?
Yeah, like
we're all on here, and we're all very similar in a way. We're all very positive, and we're always thinking about the betterment of something, and so that's just a very simple way of saying like attracts like. We have similar mindsets in that perspective. Otherwise, there'd be some negative Nancy sitting on here going, "Oh no, I disagree with completely everything you're saying," which might be a good idea to get somebody that doesn't agree with us, just for the banter.
Well, see, and I don't like that whole negative, opposites attract, because that could be the farthest from the truth.
Yeah. It's all about perspectives, isn't it? Right. So,
I mean, look, law of attraction, right? It's like philosophy. It suggests that positive thoughts attract positive, experiences, while negative ones attract negative things. So if you wake up in the morning and you're just feeling rotten, and all day you wandering around like a miserable person, like nothing really good's going to happen to you, because you're just not attracting that kind of energy. Because people will look at you for number one and go, "Oh, he looks miserable. I'm not even going to talk to him." But if you were walking around with a smile on your face and you're helping the person, in the line, or helping somebody with their groceries, they're going to say thank you, and you're going to say no, you're welcome, and it's just positive vibes, right? Like, so just at the basic form, if if you're smiling, smiles are infectious. If you smile at someone, they'll smile back. But if you're walking around like a miserable person, then they're just going to just steer away from you, and you're just going to continue to have a negative day. Like, it's like that's at the very basic form.
Yeah.
The central idea suggests that energy that you put into the world, positive or negative, is what you receive back. It means like focusing on what you want rather than what you lack.
But when you believe in it,
look, this is typical for me. If I go to a casino, right, and I'll talk to somebody in a casino, and they'll and I'm like, "Oh, I'm terrible at this. I'm just not a good gambler. I never win. And the gambler, the guy who's sitting on the other side of the table, is like, "No, you're thinking about it all wrong." And at a very basic form, he's just telling me that you have to come in here with a positive mindset, right? And that's the only way you're going to win. If you just come in here saying, "I never win. I'm never going to do it," then you never are.
Yeah.
You just suggest in your thinking, in your basic principle, what you're about. So on a very basic form, that's how I look at it. It's much more complicated. It can be much more complicated than that, but I'm a very simple person, so I try and do it on a very basic layman's way to present it. But yeah, I love the book, Stacey, The Secret. Great book, and I think there's a lot to be said about manifestation of what you want and positive vibes, the law of attraction. I think it's visualizing, like we talked about, visualizing your goals, with a board, the vision board.
Yeah.
That's, law of attraction. You kind of keep visualizing what you want, always using positive, affirmations, instead of being negative. And just inspires you to do better, because you're just thinking in a more positive way. The glass half empty as opposed to glass half full. Again, I'm a half full person, not a half empty person. I'm always like the positive guy in the room. I always want to be, going towards, oh no, this is how we could do it. Or there's a silver lining around the cloud, and just think in a positive mindset.
Curiously, though, do you feel like that's hard sometimes?
It can be. It can be hard.
Like challenging? Because I find myself being challenged a lot more than I really would like to be.
Yeah, I know it can be hard, to remain positive all the time. But I think, once look, both of us, we're entrepreneurs, Stacey. We've both done business, and I don't think you can really do well or be successful in a business unless you have the positive mindset. Yes, do we have bad days and slow days? Of course, we're just human beings. When things get on top of you, you can get a bit disheartened sometimes. But we're good at getting back. We're good at getting back out of them because we don't stay in that slump. We'll still keep pushing our way up the ladder and being positive, and then move forward with it. Like you said, you like to be busy, right? That's because when things get you down, you get busy. Is that what you do? You just get busy. You go like, I need to do something and get out of this.
Yeah. I just say that because I like to totally found myself like the past month. I had just been not negative, just kind of, and I've just had to step back the past week and a half and be like, you know what? You got to get it together, sister. Like that I needed to step back and make sure that I was making time for myself.
Yeah.
That was where I was going wrong. That I was putting off my cold baths and my sauna and my yoga. Like slowly I was watching as things were just kind of disappearing from my daily routine. And so now I'm slowly trying to get them back. But I realized like I'm overwhelming myself with everybody else's needs, this is probably the perfect conversation for me to be having right now. Like I'm self-diagnosing myself.
Yeah.
I had to push that aside and be like, okay, regardless of how much I have to do, I have to have this time for myself in the morning and I have to have this time for myself at night. Everybody else is going to have to wait.
So do you think then that self-care would be an important thing about keeping your law of attraction at a high level?
Oh yeah, I think that's a huge part of it. I think that, you have to, like I try to explain to Johanna with her relationships, the same kind of thing. Like you have to have non-negotiables. Like you have to know yourself so well to align with somebody else. Like, and you have to know how to love yourself before you can allow someone to love you. So you have to work through all your fears of whatever BS happened to you before. You have to, if you have trust issues, you have to get rid of all of that stuff because subconsciously you're self-sabotaging yourself and your relationships. So, I mean, you're just bringing that stuff into your life. It doesn't need to be there. So if I'm like, if you look at a person that you expect to be like you, what are your non-negotiables? Like, I don't care what it is. If they're chewing with their mouth open, like if that's a non-negotiable, just walk away. Don't tolerate it because that's, like don't tolerate it.
Forever.
Right. Because you're just keeping that negativity in your life.
Yeah.
So I just think that self-care is a huge part of it because if you don't feel good about yourself, if you don't feel like you're beautiful or handsome, or if you don't look at yourself in the mirror every morning and be like, you're a great person and I love you. If you look in the mirror and you're like, God, look at the bags under your eyes, or, there's a huge difference in how you perceive yourself. And that's going to be a huge difference in, like you said, how your day goes, what kind of people are going to be involved in your day, how you're going to treat other people. Mm-hmm. So if you're that person waking up looking at yourself in the mirror like, ugh, well, you're going to have an ugh day. Yeah. And you're going to have ugh people in your life. 100%. Whereas if you're looking at that person in the mirror like, I love you, it's going to be a great day, even though you might not 100% believe it, if you're telling yourself that, your mind is going to shift into that reality.
If you're going to inspire somebody or you want to try and inspire somebody to do something, you have to yourself be an inspiration to yourself, if you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be in a vain sort of way, but I'm saying if you don't take care of yourself and you just walk around like a slob and just be just negative all the time, how can you possibly inspire anybody to do anything?
Well, and you know what? This is going to sound crazy. Okay, I can't grow plants to save my life. Inside plants. Like I have to have the ones like you can't kill. I think we talked about this before. So for the first time in my life, I actually have like 15 plants that aren't the ones like, you don't water for a month and you kill them. Like
a couple of weeks ago, you were saying that all your plants die. So are you having success with the plants?
They do. So I'm like, so I noticed like my plants were like a month ago, probably a month and a half ago. And probably about a month ago, I noticed like my plants were just crappy looking. And I was taking care of them the same way, And I'm like, ugh. So that's when I had to walk away from some things and just kind of reevaluate, life and get my family in check and be like, okay, there's a lot of like, you need to treat your sister better. You need to talk better to each other. Like, because when I started shifting down, I kind of drug everybody with me. So the whole household was just in disarray and my plants were like dying. But I kid you not, like the past 2 weeks, like they're growing and they're not brown anymore and they're like doing
energy,
really well.
Like a couple of weeks ago, when you were feeling down, I remember, and you were telling us how my plants. But your energy over the last few weeks has been amazing, and so the energy around you. And we were talking about the water, and how the energy affects the water. And the experiments that have been done in the past. That the energy around the house, obviously, it's much better. The plants are feeding it. You're watering them probably more regularly now.
But I talked to them, like, and I was kind of neglecting them. Like I would kind of dust them off before and whatever, and then I would just kind of whatever. But it was just like the whole emotion of the house was making them sad. It was, and I'm not a plant person. Like I'm not that crazy plant lady. Like it's like shocking to me I can even keep them alive. But I honestly think that's like it's a real thing. And it's crazy. I mean, people can think I'm crazy, but I literally, like before I take a bath or whatever, if I'm brushing my teeth, I literally say, thank you, water, for making my body clean, or thank you, water, for hydrating my body, or like before I drink it. But I don't know. Yeah. I guess I just try to be, that whole water thing is crazy.
Oh, so, it's like thinking positive about your faith, for instance, and being constantly having that in your back of your mind about your faith. If thanking the Lord, or thank you for the water, but it's in your mind. You don't have to go around saying it. And people think, oh, this guy's just talking to himself. But if you're thanking people for it and you're thankful all the time, I think it goes a long way, and it's very powerful. I know a lot of people in my faith believe that if the God is on their mind in everything they do, that they just have a much more positive outlook, in their life. And I think it's a big thing, because having that belief is like manifesting good. And I think that's why religion sometimes plays a big part in people's positive mentality. There's always a positive outlook. There's always going to be a positive outlook. God will do it. God will help you. God help you. The words we say just in our faith, and God bless you, and just the things. I think a lot of people have like come back from that. But if you do those things, I think that's a lot to do with the positive manifestation and the law of attraction. And wherever faith you are, as long as that reinforces something that's positive in your mindset, I think it's a huge thing.
Did we lose Alex?
No, I'm still here. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Look, if you
I don't know how Alex feels about the whole law of attraction. Have you read The Secret before, Alex?
So, law of attraction, I connected with saying no and the environment around you. So
that's not what I asked you.
What? No, I know. What did you ask me now?
I asked you if you read The Secret.
Oh no, I haven't. Which
you need to.
I think I might need to. Yeah.
Look, there's another book that I read. I can't remember the name now. It'll come back to me. But you guys got to read it. It's pretty good.
There's a lot of good books. There is a lot. But
you know what I used to listen to? So like in my morning routine, this is crazy. I would listen to when I woke up the Tao Te Ching. I listened to what's his name read it, Wayne Dyer. I listened to him read that in the mornings because it just puts me in a good mood.
Which book?
What is it? The Tao Te Ching? Is that what it's called? Is that how you pronounce it? TAODE.
TAO.
TAODECHING.
Tao Te Ching?
And yeah, but I think the T's are pronounced with D's.
Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu.
Yeah.
I haven't read that.
Yeah, but Wayne Dyer does a rendition of it on YouTube, and I listen to that in the mornings.
Okay.
I don't know. I like it. There's things in it that just make me in a good mood.
Good. All right.
Like it just simplifies life. Like just be a good person.
It's different for everyone, to be honest, Ace.
So the Tao Te Ching describes the Tao as a source of the ideal of all existence. It is unseen but not transcendent, immensely powerful yet supremely humble, being a root of all things. People have desires and free will, and thus are able to alter their own nature. I like it. I'll check that out. Thanks, Stace.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I'm not into like any super religion, like or whatever, but like I'm a faithful person, so I think kind of all religions are kind of correlated. They're all mixed together.
Yeah, I mean, if you take them down to the basic level, if you just take them down to literally the first 10 lines of each religion, they are very, very similar. It's about being good to having faith in the Lord. They're very, very similar, and it's just men who came along after and just tried to change them towards what they wanted to achieve out of fear. Really, people used religion for fear and greed, and I think the basics of most religions are very, very beautiful thing. So, And
I think going back to the law of attraction with saying no, Alex, is you have to be able to say no out of a place of love, out of a place of doing the right thing and saying no for the right reasons instead of saying no out of ill intent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a no, it's in the vocabulary in all the countries. So I was doing a little bit of research about no, because law of attraction, I think it was my first research when I was changing my whole mentality, because I was like, from a really positive, strong person, I went into like, I can't do anything I want. So my mentality changed, but I have to mention that even that it was hard, like the number one person that actually helped me and stayed through the whole situation, it was my friend. And then that put me into meeting you guys because you really wouldn't want to meet me when I was on my lowest. Like he literally grabbed me from my lowest. So, and that comes back with the help. Sometimes when you stick to someone because they want to help themselves, right? I wanted to help myself. I just didn't know how. So if you give the right tools, you can elevate them. And then something great is coming in combination with both energies. And the first research I did, it was the law of attraction. And I heard Stevie, who's a producer, if you know who Stevie is. And he said, what you say, what is coming out of your mouth is gonna come back to you. And it's not only though to turn around and say, wake up and say, oh, I'm beautiful, or like me personally, I don't look at the mirror. I'm at this point that I don't even need to look at the mirror. I know who I am, and I'm really good with myself. So I believed it, that whatever you say, whatever you think is gonna come back to you, right? If you've got good intents, it's going to come back to you. But even if that's how interesting the whole energy and universe and God is that if you even try to outplay that energy or the universe or God, it has a way to come find you back. So if you don't, let's say, don't want to do good, right? Or you don't want to think good for someone, but you turn around and say, oh, you know what, you're so beautiful today, but you're not doing it with a good intent, right? You still think that because you said it, it's going to come back to you as a positive thing. But the universe does realize that you're trying to lie behind a good sentence.
100%.
Right.
100%.
Here's the thing is like, you can't sit there and say, manifest $1 million. Okay. No. You can't sit there and write down, I have $1 million 100 times every day for the next year, and you're going to have $1 million in 365 days.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all about getting your mind into the mindset of having that money.
Yeah.
You can't say I'm going to be a millionaire and then go out to eat every freaking night.
Exactly.
And waste that money when you could be cooking at home.
Yeah.
Or you can't say, I'm a good person, I'm a good person, I'm a good person, and then walk by somebody on the street who needs something to eat and not help them.
If you've got the money,
you have to have the understanding that yes, you're telling yourself this, yes, you're manifesting it into your life, you're making it a part of your life and your mindset of who you want to be or who you are, but you have to make those small changes in your life to align with that.
Yeah, you gotta put the effort again. And if for example you say, I want to become a millionaire, right? It's a different style. While if you say, I'll be a millionaire, because you can see the positive side that it goes a little bit higher. So if I turn around and say I want to become a millionaire, you can hear it with a 50%. But then if I come back and say, you know what, I'll be a millionaire one day, you sound confident and it goes to a 90%, 100% of the energy. But then if I don't do anything, if I don't work, if I don't try to figure ways of multiple income or work my butt off or anything like that, it's just words. And that's why I'm the style of person that I'm saying, you don't have to tell me something, just do it. If you want to prove a point, do it. Right?
So people need to be very conscious of their subconscious mind too. People don't understand how that works. Like when my kids come to me and they're like, I don't feel good, or I feel like I'm getting sick, or I feel like I'm getting a cold. And I look at them and I say, do you feel like you're getting a cold, or do you feel fine? Like if you keep telling yourself that you're not feeling good, you're gonna not feel good.
Yes.
That's right.
And we all get a little bit sick, and you might not feel good for a day, but you're not gonna not feel good for 4 days.
Yeah.
It's what you keep telling yourself. So in my culture, we're judged for 3 things. It's what we think, what we speak, and what we do. Those are the three things. So this relates to everything. You may say something, but you may not be thinking it, right? So are you saying what you really think, right? And are you acting appropriately to that, to what you just thought or what you said? So people do this. They'll think one thing, say another thing, but do another thing.
Yeah.
If all three are aligned, the way that is the way it should be. All three need to be aligned, and then that way, you're following through with your thought, your vocal, and your action, and whichever way it may be, whether it be bad or good. And those are the three things that you're judged on, because you may you think, oh, I'm going to go and I'll get judged. I did all these great things, but what were you thinking? What were the bad thoughts in your mind? So is it done with good intent? So that's why I try and, I'm nothing, right? But this is what I try to do. It's the hardest thing. It's one of the hardest things to do, is to follow through on all three. And sometimes it's easy, sometimes it can be hard. So, little white lies, as James has mentioned on the chat there. Little white lies that we say to make people feel good sometimes, and it's crazy.
That's the beauty as well of having balance. Like, we need a bit of lies, because lies can protect people. They can develop someone.
I agree.
Yeah, like if for example you ask me, think about it this way, right? I'll give you an example, because I like backing up.
If you lied to me, I would be so pissed.
No. But look, if for example, you turn around and say to me like, oh, you know what? Let me show you, for example, like the papers from my business, and tell me how is it doing, right? If the business is not going well, and I lie to you, that's a bad lie that can destroy you. Because if I tell you the truth, that, you know what, the numbers are speaking, it's not so good, I can help you, right? You can see a point, right? That, okay, so I thought that the business is going good, but that person is seeing the numbers and it's telling me like it's not going good. So I identify the issue and then resolve it, and it can develop me. Now, if a person comes to you and say, you know what, how's my hair looking, right? If you turn around and say to them, right, let's say you, Stacy, right? From blonde, you came with black hair, right? If you ask, how's my hair looking? And let's say I don't like it, right?
You better tell me you don't like it.
Hold on. Look, right? If I lie to you and tell you like, you know what, it's good, it's really good, I'm not gonna destroy your mood, right? But this is the problem that I've thought about, that some lies can actually help.
No.
Why?
No, I wish Nat was here. He's watching football next door with my dad, because he will tell you. He'll tell you.
Maybe you are the type of person that you want to be called on the truth, right? But if someone doesn't, you want to protect.
But you're not helping at that point. You're hurting.
And I get what Alex is
saying. But I'll
help
you either way.
No, this is what, we brought this up, because sometimes you have to just, you could be having a whole family thing, right, together. Just imagine this. Everybody's sitting around the table. We're all having a great family dinner, and it's Thanksgiving, and everything's going well. And somebody comes in and they've said something nasty about somebody else, and then,
dude, that's family dinner every holiday.
But you heard what they said, and then the other person comes in and says, did they say something about me? And you have to say, no, it was just something else.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do that just to balance it out, just so that it doesn't erupt, right?
Yes.
So sometimes you're just doing it for the good of everybody. right? And you know, Stacey, sometimes it has to be done.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. Every holiday, like literally, we go to my mom's, whatever, and I walk in the door and I say, if there's any drama, I'm going home.
Yeah, see?
Because there's always a fight. Always a fight.
There you go. So you need, there has to be a balance. You need a little bit of bad for good to exist. And you need a little bit.
I think like
quick one. Jerry Neville just asking, how do I call in? They want to call in.
Yeah, you didn't hear you didn't see my text?
Oh, no. Oh, okay. And oh, sorry. I just saw that. That's all I saw.
So I'm just saying, like,
I love it. I love it. No,
hair,
it's good.
And I dyed it black. You don't have to lie to me.
Looks terrible.
It's like a coaching point of view. You can be like, the black hair, or just say, I loved your blonde hair.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through that.
You know what I'm saying?
From
loved your blonde hair. Not a big fan of the black. I really liked the blonde, but.
So you want him to be tactful?
Yes.
There's a way to be tactful. Like
yeah, no.
It's just like with coaching. Like you're not gonna always tell your players what they're doing wrong. You gotta be like, hey, you had great hustle, but let's try this.
Build, break, build.
Okay.
Build, break, build. Classic.
So,
yes.
So how do you take when there is on a following sentence there is a but? Because on developing a person, I truly believe that it has to be the truth. If he can't take the truth, he can't be my friend.
But you're still telling them the truth.
Generally,
you have to approach every person different.
Yes.
Generally, most things that you say before but is a lie.
Yes. Eh?
Generally, most things that you say to someone...
You're doing a great job, Alex, but...
is a lie.
See, I can't use but. I can't. If for example, like, let's talk about...
But you would rather lie to me and tell me that my black hair looked great.
No, I wouldn't.
That's a terrible friend.
I wouldn't. I'm always going to speak the truth. So, look,
I mean, I dyed my hair black one time and Matt told me it looked like crap. I was
yeah,
like,
no,
right after I had kid and I was all emotional and hormonal, he's like, yeah, that looks terrible. Thanks, buddy.
Don't do that. Do not dye them black, please. So I won't have to. Do not put me into the position of saying to you something. So,
hey,
so now I know never to dye my hair black.
Can we go up to something that James said, which I thought was really interesting? It was about sometimes you can manifest things, but try without true realize something. And sometimes you can manifest, but things. Do you have people find anything very late in the evening? I used to think that you could only feel energy when close to something, but when you have a connection, you can feel energy from something anywhere in the world. After building built the first connection, so I think that's a really interesting thing. And then it was also watching a documentary the other day about churches and the shape of church buildings. It was saying how the structure of a shape of a church helps harness energy, and how we would and how we should save old churches. Because I've seen that in England as well, and in the USA. I've seen a lot of churches now that the old churches are getting taken down or taken over by other people because not enough people go to church. I absolutely agree with James that people should try and save some of the old church buildings and stuff. And I do think that the shapes and the spires had a lot to do with creating the energy and the spaces they used to build in churches to harness energy. I absolutely believe
the vibration off the walls.
Yeah.
It's all a whole different sound.
You go into a cathedral any day and you're awestruck every time you do it. Like last time I went to a cathedral, I think I was in Quebec. We went to the Notre Dame the cathedral there that they have in Quebec. Oh, it was amazing. We went in there, we saw the old pictures and paintings, but the sound in there was just phenomenal. And the feeling that you get inside there, I think, a lot of places of worship, designed like that, Sikh temples are designed, in a certain way as well. I know mosques are designed in a certain way just to get this. And I think in the old days, they knew how to harness this energy, which is going away now. I think we've got a bunch of halls just created just to make money, like these big mega churches are built, just with square buildings, basically warehouses, and people just go in and they're just generating money. Yeah, not like what it used to be. And I think we need to go back to some traditional ways and traditional values. And yeah, that's what I think. Thanks, James, for chiming in there. I like that, mate. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, and I think like the sound and the frequency, the whole 440, 442, like I think that's a big thing too. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, 432. Yeah, and against 440 when the Rothschilds changed the sound to make it more. Yeah, absolutely. I think I think we can go some deep dive in some of that kind of conspiracy stuff in the future. Like that's I like some of that stuff.
Yeah, like I try to listen to. I mean, I listen to music, but I tell my kids like, careful of the stuff you listen to because it's not good.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, just like the frequency, all these it's stuff you might think you like it, but your body's like, yeah, I don't like this.
So Alex, just to give you a little thing about that, right? So 432 is a decibel that we're supposed to, or 440 hertz is what is supposed to be the heavenly sound, or the sound that's that we're tuned to, or supposed to be attuned to for positive things. Okay, because everything's a vibration. But what happened years ago? They changed it. There were certain organizations that changed the actual scale of the orchestras to be tuned to 440, which is not good for us, which creates a disturbance in the force, if you like. This is how you relate to you, Alex.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jedi way, right? So 432, imagine, is the force, right? The good side. And 440 is like the dark side of the force. And that's what they did. They changed the tuning of your instruments to 440, so that's not good. It's not good for people. So it creates a bad vibe in you. And I'll look for some proper information on it, but I just wanted to just fill you in real quick because
no, I've read about the vibrations and everything like that, but like I can't speak about religion and stuff.
No, it's not religious. It's not religious.
No, because of the churches. So I'm only here to speak
about like the solfeggio scale or whatever. Hold on, my dogs are being annoying.
No, just like as you said, Sab. Like I'll quote a little bit Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars. Is that in the first scene when Obi-Wan Kenobi was feeling like a little bit of disturbance in the Force, he wasn't focused on the now, he was focusing on that feeling. So Qui-Gon, and that's why I believe Qui-Gon was like the greatest Jedi ever, because his knowledge, his connection with the Force, it was unbelievable. Now, if we connect it with, see, even if the dogs came, like who let the dogs out? Who? So, Qui-Gon, if you translate it now into a more realistic way, is that if you are so grounded, if you know so much about yourself, if you don't really care about anything around you, nothing can distract you, right? So we could say about the churches and everything. I haven't been into a church for years, and it hasn't actually changed my my mentality or anything. Like I got kicked out because of the priest, and that's fine. And my first sentence after that, it was that I am embarrassed, but God has his own way to fix things. And if you want to translate God into like a universe, frequency, aura, energy, whatever, I don't mind. But I put myself into...
Mike is here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I put myself into not expecting a building to give me that faith or something, that energy. Like, and I'll quote a little bit of Jesus Christ, right? And I don't know if YouTube is gonna take me down for that, but I'll do it either way.
No, why would they? Why would they take you down for the? Why?
No, because they are a little bit strict about the religion and everything like that. So it's okay. I'll speak about it. I don't mind. He said that I can destroy the temple and rebuild it, right? And he meant about his body. He didn't really need a building. And that's the beauty out of it, that if you realize that you don't actually need a building, then you are more powerful than you can imagine.
I 100% agree with you on this point, Alex, in that respect, that the body is the temple, and that there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah.
However, I didn't say but, I said however.
However,
the benefit, this is the benefit of congregations.
Yeah.
Right? And churches, and when people congregate together and do something in unison, it amplifies what it is. And churches, I believe, and places where people congregated amplified that sound.
Absolutely.
And and that's what that's for.
Absolutely.
But I completely agree with you. You don't need to go to a church or a temple or anything, to believe or to say anything, with God. You can do it right here. You can do it.
Yeah.
But so that's my thought on that, because it amplifies when you're doing it together in unison. Like let's look at a football ground, the churches of today, right?
Okay.
We can basically say football fields are now the churches of today, because when there's 100,000 people sitting in a stadium, right, chanting the same thing.
Yeah.
How powerful is that sound? How powerful is that sound now? It's just basically people all congregate together, and people love that, and that connection. Yeah. And that's what churches did, back in the day.
Yeah. I truly believe that we are not using as we kind of are not using it as it should be used. I'm not putting everything in the same bag. Absolutely. Just some situations, I'm saying. Also, I want to welcome Mike and MSK on the podcast.
Mike, MSK.
But look, about the law of attraction, if you are not able to say no and stuff, I believe if you are not allowed in the environment that you are to say no, then you are in the wrong environment, right? If I see, for example, a really negative environment, I'm just walking away, right? And so if people hearing this or see it after, if you're in the wrong environment, walk away, because it destroys your energy. And without your energy, you're not gonna find will and power to do what you want. If you find people that they want to see you growing, stick to them. Like, I can guarantee you that right now, the community that, I'm not gonna say I have built, but the community that it has been built right now, it's amazing. Like, we can disagree with each other, we can agree with each other, but we will always want to see us thriving. And that's the thing that I want to bring out, that if more people come aboard, I want them to feel that energy. I want them to see that, don't be afraid, you're not going to be judged, you're not going to say silly things or anything like that. You can be elevated with the right people sitting on your table. So,
and the difference is, and the difference is where we disagree is we can disagree, but we're disagreeing from a place of betterment.
Yes.
Instead of self-enhancement. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
So, like, we can disagree, but it's for a betterment and it's for a purpose and out of compassion and love. It's coming from a good place, not coming from somewhere of like, I disagree because you're this or you're that or this is dumb or you know what I mean? So it's a completely different level.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of this community, channel, family, anything you want to call it, you guys. But I feel so much blessed that I chose to do this, like from starting with the server into like making YouTube, into making podcasts, into like hosting and everything. Like, I love every single bit of it. But I want to see people thriving. If someone comes around and says to me like, Alex, I achieved my goals, I don't want you to, I'm not expecting to say thank you or anything like that. I want to hear only one thing. I achieved what I wanted. And that's the beauty of it. So I'm not going to have like people who are going to be not negative, but judging or anything like that. Like the security into the Discord is strict. And I think it should be because it keeps in line something that, yes, you can have the opinion as long as it's in a respectful way. So I'm saying it, these guys, for the future members or anything. I'm not saying that we haven't been respectful. We have done a fantastic job so far. And that's a little bit about the environment. That the environment you are, it can disturb your law of attraction. Also, you can disturb the law of attraction. If you are not able to say no to something that you don't think it's good or the right thing, why would you say yes and sabotage yourself? So that's why I'm saying that saying no, it's a complete sentence, right? And from the research I've done, I can't remember the university, they realized that saying no releases a hormone on your body that it feels the hormone of guilt. And that's why many times we are saying, no, I'm sorry, right? If you for example, you want to say, let's give a perfect example, right? If you guys turn around and say to me like, let's do this, right? And it actually not benefit me, but it actually goes against my principles, for example, right? Or let's say this, and it goes against my values, right? If I say yes, I'm sabotaging myself. I sabotage my values. I sabotage, like, do you know what I mean? But if I say no, I will never be able to say no and that's it. No always follows with I'm sorry. No, I can't do it. I'm sorry, for example, right? No, I can't say it. I'm sorry. It releases the hormone of guilt that you're feeling. You have to say I'm sorry. And it's a powerful tool and that's why the title that I wish I knew before, because the more you try to please everybody else, the more you become an enemy for yourself.
So you're saying no it should just be no.
Yeah, why would you need to explain yourself, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it can disturb your energy. Like there's so many times I can think of that I wanted to say no, but because it wouldn't please the other person or the other people, I sabotage myself, right? So if you're able to say no, sometimes you have to be a little bit selfish as well, right? You can't only want the best for them. You have to be able to spend the time that you want for you. And it took me a while to realize that, right? And
there are times when you have to give a reason for a no, and it's good. If I say no to my children, I want to explain the reason. So
Yes.
they don't just go. They don't just walk away with a no. They actually have some kind of explanation for the reason of that. So they learn the reason of no. A lot of this happened, with us, with when I was a child. Parents would be like, "No, you can't have that." But if I was told a reason for it, I would probably be more accepting instead of being all just butthurt and like, "Oh, just a no." Every time I ask a
I give
question,
my kids reasons and they're still butthurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
but at least they've got something to. At least there's something. There's some kind of explanation for it.
look, to the
So
loved ones,
there are times when you need to explain saying no.
yeah, to the
Well, I
loved
think
ones, I
saying
agree.
no, and I think saying no to people, like if they're asking you to do something where you're like, yeah, that doesn't align with your values or whatever, and you don't, when you say no, I'm sorry, and you say, yeah, that it releases guilt, you can always say no, and if they say why, or say no, that is not something I believe in, and like tell your truth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, absolutely. But
Don't be sorry about it because that's not the truth.
exactly,
You're not sorry. It does not align with your values. That's the truth.
Yeah. So I
exactly.
think saying sorry for your no is probably what you're talking about, not the no itself.
No, the no itself.
Yeah.
The no itself. When you say no, look how yourself it changes. Just do the test, right? If you turn around, if someone says to you, I'm offering you, I don't know, how many 100,000 to buy your restaurant, right?
Yeah,
And you don't want to sell it because you've got all the memories with your family and stuff like that. You would turn around and say, no, I don't want to, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, look how powerful you sound. And that
No,
person,
absolutely.
yeah,
No, I agree with that. Like, to me, business is business, right? If I say no, there's a reason. I can still explain. I'm not sorry about it.
yeah,
100%. Like, to me, if I say no, a no can be powerful.
yeah,
But
exactly.
I think I got it right with the kids. If I go back to the kids, that I say, just give me the reason to say yes every time.
Yeah, that's
Love
good.
that. I'm going to make that into a F2F t-shirt.
Give me a reason to say yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
But
the
yeah,
Saab edition.
because
I think the people that say no, sorry, that leaves them vulnerable
yes,
to people who are malicious. So that leaves a window open for somebody to make you feel guiltier than you do, or make you feel guilty, even though you might not feel guilty. You just say no, sorry, but your body is feeling guilty because that's what you just said. And they'll feed into that, and then you do feel guilty, and then the chances are they can get you still to do that thing you just said no to.
yes,
Whereas if
exactly.
you say no, that's against my values, they're not going to test that.
No,
There's no
absolutely.
window of vulnerability at that point.
Exactly. And that's why loads of people they can't actually say no, and including myself. It took me a while to turn around and say, no, I can't.
Yeah.
You
I know. I
know?
get it.
Because
I get what you're saying. You're reclaiming. You're basically reclaiming your power for not being apologetic for saying no.
yeah,
Yeah, I
because
get that.
why would you need to say I'm sorry for no? But end of the
The minute
day,
you say you're sorry, you renounce your power to them. You're
Yeah.
handing your
yes,
power back over.
exactly.
Yeah.
So in this journey, like I wouldn't say, I wouldn't refer it to this that a no is a full sentence. It's just I believe it's a powerful tool that in everyone's journey that you can't sabotage your own journey to please others.
Yeah,
And
but I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, you should. Shouldn't be apologetic for having to say no.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't just be a people pleaser all the time.
exactly. So
No, and I think the people that have a hard time with that are the people who
the most kind.
they have self issues with themselves. Like they feel like they can't, if they don't help, then at that point that nobody will love them, or they feel abandoned, or they have issues, underlying issues with abandonment, or they feel unuseful, or whatever, you know what I mean? Just underlying things that they haven't taken care of themselves. And that's where the whole self-love comes into play.
Exactly. Yeah. So the more you know about yourself, the more answers will come along. Like literally, I was on a call with my mom, and I noticed I changed my whole mentality. Like I'm 10 times stronger than ever, even than the past. So, and I want to go back on Jerry and Elba, that they mention it about God has its way and everything, is that Mama mentioned it as well. Like, she goes like, God is giving you what you have to, what you had to have. And I said, yeah, you know what? Without the obstacles, without me getting tested, I don't think I would receive what I wanted, because it shouldn't be an easy journey. So we can call it God, we can call it energy, we can call it universe, anything. For me, it works. So I don't mind.
Yeah, like one of the most pivotal times in my life was when I stopped being the people pleaser.
Yeah.
There's two, but when I decided that I didn't want to just please everybody, just because I was trying to be the yes man for everybody, you know, in the family, everyone. I just wanted everybody to be happy. Then I wasn't getting anything accomplished myself, because I was spending too much time trying to please everybody else. But when I actually just said, you know, no, I need to figure my life out right now, and started focusing on my life, it was a huge change in direction for my life. I get it. I get you completely from that perspective. Yeah.
I just need to read the MSK that he said something, and I need to bring Jerry and Elba as well on the call. I almost got forgotten about that. MSK says, yeah, it depends on who you are saying no to and the true intention behind the no. Sometimes the no is because you care, but want them to figure out an alternative solution without me. So my answer to that is that if it goes against my principles and my value, I will say no to anybody. It doesn't mean that because they're relatives, I'm not. No, it doesn't go like that. Like, if it goes against my value, my journey, and everything, it's a no. Like, if I have to say it, I will say it strictly. You might say that you might hurt them. Honestly, why should I care if I hurt them? Because I'm not hurting them. I'm just answering about not to hurt myself. So, to me, it doesn't matter.
Well, and I think what he means too is like, I can tell you no, that doesn't align with my values, but let's try to find another solution. And if that other solution ends up in another no, then it's no. But there's times where you can say, like, it's a no for me, but maybe try this approach instead. Maybe it'll help you. But it's still a no.
Yeah. No, I get that. Let me bring Jerry and Elba, but I have to bring what I need to do now. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to bring Stacy's the Financial Freedom. I'm so confused right now. The Savage Faith Creations website, guys. This is how it looks like. She has updated it, and you can see the t-shirts, you can see the mugs, you can see some other t-shirts that she has created, and this is the homepage. Then you can click on the Savage Faith Creations and the Financial Freedom Collections and the contact. So, and here you can change it. So I'm in UK, you can change it into US, Australia, Canada, anywhere, I think. Yes, she has done it. She has done an amazing job. So by clicking it, you can see Jerry and Elba, a special design and everything. So you can click it, and then you have to click the rest. Every time you want to test something, you just have to click the arrow and select the section that you want to choose and shop. Same for the financial freedom, everything. Just now, I need to bring the Discord Pro the other way so people cannot see the permissions and everything. Just bear with me, Jerry and Elba. I think that's it. Second.
I like the olive green wall coloring, Stacey. It's very earthy.
Thanks. I actually, okay, so the color in here was like this purpley, like lavendery, I don't know, it was like a gray purple color. And I actually painted my bathroom like this turquoise color. But Matt hates green because he's a Michigan fan. And Michigan State's green. But like our living room had this dark red color. And I'm like, I still have parts on my wall I got to fix over there. But I was like, I really like this color. And I put it in my room and I repainted the trim and I just kind of took everything out. I took the TV out of my room. Like we have one TV in our whole house and it's downstairs.
Yeah.
I haven't watched TV in I don't know how long, but I'm like, I walk into my room now and it just feels very calming to me.
Sanctuary, yeah.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Just this, I don't want to walk in my room and be like still stressed out, but it just gives me this like, I don't know, the gray and the yellow and the green just calm.
Yeah.
Makes me feel calm.
I don't have a TV in my room. Yeah, because the bedroom's not for that. Like I can watch TV downstairs. So yeah, the bedroom needs to just be quiet.
Well, and like I replaced my floor with like this. Well, that's a mess over there, but like that.
I've got those all upstairs.
What, the cowhides?
The wooden the floor.
Oh, the floor. Yeah. I thought you were talking about. Yeah, I have a cowhide on the floor.
Oh yeah, I was even checking the cowhides out.
With my dog over there. Where are they sleeping? Yeah, with my brindle cowhide.
Right, I just guided a little bit Jerry and Elba how to call in, gave them the access and everything. So hopefully they will. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing that from a person that I was a little bit down, like into my lowest moments and everything, my best thing out there is whatever you want to do, just go for it and just give all your
you
best.
Can hear a huge thing in different, sorry, but you can hear a huge, to me, from, like I said, I didn't really know you before, but just from like your personality on the other shows and stuff before, you seemed like the kind of person that would have a hard time telling somebody no.
Yeah.
And now I can totally see you being like, yeah, no, bro, I'm good. Like,
what, me?
It's a total, it's a total difference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because to be honest, Ace, I realized that if I can't be all the time people's pleaser.
It's about your self-worth. You have a more conscious outlook on how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can totally tell. Like you're more conscious about yourself and how you feel and how you want to feel, and that's just what attracts everybody to you now, is that it's that law of attraction. I don't know how to explain it.
I totally agree with you. Like, obviously there are going to be moments that we're always going to feel like down and everything. Just take a beat, just take a breath, go a little bit away, because sometimes spending, and that's the one thing that I've learned recently, is that everything played a massive role into like the investment and everything, right? And generally the journey in life, that I had to remove myself at some point, because the environment it wasn't working, it was putting me down and everything. But now I don't really care. Like the force I've created in my mind is that so good, selfish, from my point of view, not selfish, from my point of view, because I now can be into multiple environments and I will not care. Like if someone, and I said the same thing before on a phone call, that if someone calls me beautiful or silly
Come on, Alex.
or ugly,
Come on now, Alex.
yeah,
You look pretty.
hey, like
So pretty.
or ugly or whatever. Okay, so be it. That's their opinion. Why should it determine my opinion about myself? And that's the beauty of knowing yourself, right? So the more you know about you, the less you're gonna care about other people's opinion. And why would you need to care about other people's opinion, right? Like we only have our own life. We have to live it the way we want to live it. In a good way, right? I'm not saying like go out and do the worst. I'm not saying that. But yeah, like why would you need to care about someone's opinion?
I think there's a real fine line there. Like, I don't think that you shouldn't care all the time, but people can have their opinions, good or bad.
Yes.
But I think we should still respect them.
Yes.
So like, thank you. I appreciate your opinion, or I respect your opinion, but I still have my
exactly
own value.
Yeah, you are not gonna be rude like them, for example. And I'm not saying that I'm not taking like I'm a type of person that I hear everything. It's then in my mind, it's working like a hard drive that then I process what I want to keep, right? So I hear everyone, and if it goes against what I believe, then so be it. I still respect their opinion, don't get me wrong, but if they will be in a disrespectful way, then I'm not gonna respect their opinion. That's how it goes. Like it's either say it in a respect. Like I don't mind if people turn around and say to me like, "Oh, you look silly." Okay, fine, thank you. Do you know what I mean? But if someone comes to me,
right?
Yeah, and if someone comes to me and say, "Oh, who do you think you are?" Blah blah blah, and start swearing, then I don't think I have to respect that person. I'm just gonna remove his opinion and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
It's taken a long time for me, and to learn that it's a lot more fun to thank people like that and walk away.
Yeah.
Because they get so angry with themselves.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier just to say thank you and walk away and let them just keep spouting off at the mouth. It's a lot more fun than it is to be in a physical altercation. I mean,
yeah.
So what?
I don't know about you, but I don't like getting in bar fights.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I'm always gonna say thank you for your opinion and walk away. If they, that's what I mean. I'm not gonna swear at them. I'm not gonna go into the same level because there's no point of that. I'm still gonna be a good person. I'm still gonna be humble. I'm still gonna accept everything and stuff. But I won't. What I mean is, I won't let their opinion determine my life. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, once you react to somebody, then you're giving your power over to them.
Exactly.
So don't react. You know that's the main thing, is not to react. Like to their argument. Rather than that, just respect their opinion and go, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Just move on. Yeah.
Because I don't feel good even disrespecting someone else. Like even if and. I've seen a video of it and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so related on that. The video says it takes a special person to treat someone good and not to treat someone the way they treated you. So what it means that if someone treats me wrong, I'm still gonna treat them right. And it takes a special power for that, because most people are towards the revenge. I've been towards revenge, right? I wanted to revenge. But what did I do end of the day? I still treated them okay. So I can put you on that, Stacey, as well. No matter who is gonna treat you bad, that's the vibe that you have given me, right? If someone treats you bad, you're not gonna go to their level. You're still gonna treat them good and walk away, if that makes sense, you know? And that's a special power that is really rare out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to check myself sometimes though, because I think that I think that sometimes I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I think sometimes I like to do it not maliciously.
Yeah.
Maybe it is maliciously. I don't know. I like to do it because maybe a little bit. Because it's like fighting with a narcissist. You know, like you just get a little bit of self-satisfaction knowing that you're walking away laughing at a situation and they're just really mad.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of self-satisfaction there, and I don't want to say it's like you do it with malicious intent, but it's like you do it because I don't know. Like that's what you
Alex,
should do. I don't.
Jerry
I don't know
now was a little bit upset you didn't invite us in the beginning, so you may have to sort that out the next time, mate.
Oh, Mike posted pictures of the mug I made him in Discord.
Wait, hold on. Everyone is invited. Everyone is invited. I'm just giving the access at the same time. Like,
I'm just saying, like, it takes, like, you don't want to be that person that, you want to be that person that's just like, thank you, because you're speaking that into the universe, back to the law of attraction. You're speaking that into the universe. Thank you, I appreciate your opinion, have a great day. As opposed to, F you, USOB, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know? Completely different things.
Yeah. But by the way, just to point that out, that
you punch in the mouth, the other one's not.
yeah, Jerry or Elba, you don't need your camera. If you can connect and we can hear you, that's perfect. You don't have to worry about the camera.
Always the camera.
Yeah.
See, that's where MSK runs into problems.
I know.
With the law of attraction.
Nah, he's using it. MSK, he's using it for an excuse, bro. Like, no, I'm not accepting that from MSK. But yeah, it's good to see actually the whole I'm gonna say the whole gang, because Mike is here, MSK is here, Jerry and Elba is here, James is here.
Mike actually should call in, because actually Mike's a huge frequency, law of attraction, vibration person.
Right.
Oh yeah, I bet you didn't know that.
Mike, when I come to USA, mate, I need a wife. You need to sort me out, mate.
That's not how the law of attraction works.
He can teach me the rest of the law of attraction.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah.
Mike has a sixth sense about it.
No, I appreciate it, Jerry and Elba. I appreciate it. But I'm just saying that everyone is invited. Every time there is a podcast, everyone is invited to call in. I'm just every time, even what?
I'm laughing at Mike. He doesn't need to make it.
Oh, right. No, don't.
Keep it clean, Mike. Keep it clean.
Jesus. Right. But yeah, even after the podcast finish, I'm always removing the what's it called? I just said it.
Dodgy stuff.
No, I'm removing basically the access from everyone. just so I can know every time that I have to do it back again. Security reason. That's why.
I am.
But yeah, Mike. But yeah, I mean, I think.
See, just to get good, we gotta wrap it up. It's sad.
Yeah, it's 2 hours.
All right. So, what's the last thing we're gonna cover, Alex?
That was it, to be honest, because I found it difficult with the motivation, discipline, commitment, and sacrifice and everything, and then I had to point that out the minutes on the descriptions where people can hear the specific things. So for motivation, for example, they needed to hear an hour and a half video, right? Specific minutes. And then I had to start searching. Okay, but where did we start about like discipline? Okay, where did it finish? Where, you know, like it didn't. It was like crazy.
Yeah, our conversations do kind of meld and mix around a little. But that's just where the conversation goes. So
yeah,
I think that's the thing about this podcast is that we kind of just let it go the way it's going to go, and it's like a conversation.
Yeah, it's not like the podcast.
Hey, what are the chances one of these days we'll get James on the live before anyone else does?
You know what? I've been begging
I'm gonna put a good bet on it.
I've been begging James to come on the last show as well, and he was always like, "Oh, I'll come on," but he never comes on. And like, I really
he doesn't even have to be on camera.
I know.
Come on,
and,
come on, son.
Yeah, you know, he's got so many things that I want to talk to him about. My sentences don't make sense. It's because of my predictive text. It's always changing what I write.
Yeah, I know, like the podcasts so far are different than the other podcasts that I've basically seen. Like it depends. It depends what you want to do. Like if we only need to point out things that needs to help someone else, then yeah, I agree. Like it should be like a shorter version. But I think there is a lot of benefit through a normal conversation, right? Like everything that we discuss, it can show like the environment, it can show like the experiences that we all had, it can show, I don't know, disagreements, agreements, it can show everything, right? It's up to, end of the day, what you hear as a person, as an individual, it's up to you how you are taking it as an information, right? So
I mean, these conversations are going to be recorded. They're going to be there for all time now, right? So
exactly,
we can go back to these conversations at any time, and it's not like I said at the beginning, it's not they're not based on what's happening day to day. These are the evergreen conversations that will still mean the same if we listen to them, 5-6 years from now.
Yeah.
Talking about subjects that'll still be relevant.
Yeah, and obviously we're gonna talk about like this journey. It's so big that we are going to discuss about motivation back again loads of times. We are going to talk about sacrifice, help, about law of attraction. There's so many things out there, like
UFOs.
No, I'm not gonna bring UFOs here, bro.
No, are we going to talk about UFOs and stuff like that? I thought we were going to talk about UFOs at some point.
What? When?
We're totally talking about UFOs.
No, we will at some point. But there is so many things. Like I told you in June when we were talking when I was in Greece, I told you like I'm writing things down for conversations and everything. But yeah, we will talk for general things. It just don't make it too hard for me, guys. There is specific licenses on YouTube when I'm uploading something. So I don't want to be uploading it every single time, a different license. But yeah, we will talk for a few things. So
sounds good.
I just.
Well, you should ask if anybody in the chat has any questions or any statements about.
I will. In a bit. Just want to put that out that due to this journey and combined with the low capital that I have to put out on YouTube like the most important things. But then, it's kind of like a schedule thing, let's say. So, but yeah, anyone has any questions, as Stacy mentioned? Anything from today's...
If we talk UFOs, James will call in the day we talk UFOs.
Yeah, because James just said that he knows somebody that had actual alien sightings in the 50s and 60s. So that'll be really interesting.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put all the UFOs with a valuable lesson out there,
No, we'll talk about stuff like what we were talking about, like UFOs and things of that nature. Like we're talking about, ghosts and stuff like what he
DMT and the effects of the brain.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't see any questions.
Okay.
Just we need to put.
So I guess.
Let us know of any topics then, guys, that you want to talk about in the future podcast, and some stuff, some ideas that we can knock about and talk about and get prepared for.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really good. And then it'd be nice for some of you guys to join us on the podcast. It'd be really good to have like live conversation with everyone. It'd be really good.
Yeah. It's been 3 hours already. I just need to.
Did you see the podcast? Do you watch Sean White? Is that what Sean Ryan? Sean?
I don't know him.
What's his name, Sav?
What's it on?
YouTube. Is it Sean Ryan? Sean Ryan. He was the CIA he's a veteran.
Oh, is that the guy that came on Diary of a CEO with the big curly hair?
It's Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan.
Is he the guy with the curly hair?
No, he has no hair. He's bald. He's like an ex-CIA. It's Sean Ryan. It's he's like
Vigilance Elite.
No, Sean Ryan. He was a CIA or Navy SEAL or.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, he does a bunch of. Yeah, he does a bunch of podcasts. He did one with John Rich, and that was really good. But he did one with the guy from the Y-Files.
See, I haven't even checked the Y-Files out yet. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh my gosh, I love the Y-Files so much. James knows what it is, I'm sure.
Y-Files. All right, we stop promoting other channels, Stacy.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Stacy.
Well, we can. If we talk about them, like hashtag them in it, and then maybe they'll like start talking about us.
Yeah, actually, it's a good idea.
Like this water. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Right. So, nobody popped up any question. So, thank you for that, because that will take me hours to upload on YouTube. And I gotta prepare that. But yeah, I mean, I hope everyone who's going to watch this podcast, I think they can find valuable information. I got stuck a little bit. So hopefully, yeah, looking forward for the next one.
That would be a good one to do.
Mike said Angel.
Ghosts versus angels.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. We can get Simon as well from Paranormal. What's it? Ken Paranormal.
Yeah. Well, and I think like
Ghost Hunter.
A lot of that stuff too can be not necessarily angels, but like ghosts. I think it's like parallel timelines, but that's just my conspiracy theory.
Well, that we might
when people astro project and stuff, and then messing from other timelines with other timelines. Just my conspiracy, but I don't know.
Sounds yeah.
For that, I might create a different channel to discuss about it. Yeah, we
It all
can't.
ties into
Come on, we
finance.
can't. Honestly, business perspective, we can't use financial freedom related about ghosts, UFOs, and people are gonna be like, "What kind of channel is that? Is it about finance or is it?"
No, because this is a podcast, right? And it's like kind of a little bit separate to what we do on financial freedom. So what we could do is we could do like a take on that the ghosts have been giving them stock tips.
Oh God.
Right. Just
Right.
put the podcast in a separate playlist.
Doesn't make any difference, Stace. It's still financial freedom.
Oh.
That's what I mean. Like
Whatever.
everything works in a specific way with YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Like we can find
got it.
we can find a cool name, for example, like podcast about ghosts, conspiracies, and everything like that. Like I don't know, I can't really think now something like, and it works like differently because look, the name can attract people. Your image can attract people. Everything plays a specific part. But because we've been listening, I've been listening to these opinions and stuff, and I'm up for it. I love talking about stuff like that. I've done a lot of research about UFOs especially. But what I'm saying is that we could have like 2 channels, for example.
Savage Faith Conspiracy Theories. Oh, well, that'll be a good channel. That'll be a good channel right there, mate. I tell you.
I'll start one tomorrow. We can do our podcast on that. I'll give Alex. I'll give Alex the password. He can handle it.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything.
I totally will.
Everything attracts. Like, yeah. Can't say more.
Like you could do Savage Faith Conspiracy Theories, and that'd be like a whole thing. You'd have like UFO jerseys, paranormal jerseys, ghost jerseys. There's so many different things. Any conspiracy could have its own jersey, and you can kill it. Yep. The rabbit hole. Look, Mike just says the rabbit hole. That's what a name for a show that is, Mike. That's rabbit amazing, hole. Mate. The rabbit hole.
I'm pretty sure there's probably one already called that.
Not Savage Faith rabbit hole.
To be honest, now that I've seen a little bit the comments, and Mike says it will go viral. We want to believe it will, but that's the beauty of YouTube, right? Before us, people out there, they already doing it. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen it a little bit now, a story about it, but have you seen the equipment that they are using? That they going into like places like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, but we just bring those people on the show.
I wish. Be my pleasure. But yeah.
Okay, but all that ties into law of attraction and the whole frequency and vibration thing, Alex. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that
when you have stuff in your house, as much as people want to be sentimental, Matt gets mad at me all the time because I'm like, listen, like, I don't like keeping stuff in my house that's from other people's house. Like, that's like if my parents died and gave me their kitchen table or whatever it is, I wouldn't want that in my house as much as I love my parents, because that's tied to a whole different vibration and frequency that it can tie to their like souls and emotions, and then if that's negative, it brings it into your house. There's a whole rabbit hole there.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I think 5 viewers left because we started the conversation about ghosts and stuff. So
no.
So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I promise the beginning of the podcast.
Well, they probably left because it's like 10 o'clock at night.
It was valuable. Don't.
All right.
No, we will have a look at it. Like, obviously, there's so many suggestions, right? We can't put everything. Like, you gotta start at something, right? So I'm open to suggestions and everything. It just, I've said it before, on my own to do all the suggestions, impossible.
Yeah, no. We're getting it. We're just we're just winding you up, Alex. You know, and we know you get a little bit stressed out when we give you all these suggestions.
Oh, I'm not. I wish I had already a channel, mate.
We're testing your ability to say no.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me, sister. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I love it. I love it.
No,
but your ability to.
Honestly, the second channel that I had, I wish I hadn't deleted it. So we could jump straight away from this podcast into a new one on another channel, and boom, straight away.
I'll be easy to create a new channel. Now you've done one.
No, it's
just like piece of
it's
cake
easy. It's just now I have to go back and pay for the name so I can have every legal right about the name, so the financial freedom, and then I need to change my personal details to the business perspective, and then that's what is gonna start like the whole journey into another level. Then we're going
Sounds good. Looks like positive things moving forward. Yeah. Growth.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, that there is a lot of things, to be honest, loads of things. And we're still basically on to the first 5. Well, the 2 podcasts have covered, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the law of attraction, 7 out of 100. So in June, when you said to me, like, grab a paper, write things down that you want to discuss on podcast, and every single time I was like, yeah, write it. And I'm like,
awesome.
How am I supposed to freaking complete all of them, you know? But it's okay.
Oh, you'll do it. And you know what? That list's just going to keep growing.
Yeah. The only thing that is a little bit kind of going to stress me, not stress me actually, like the more people that they are going to get involved, then the more into the point I have to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I want, for example, like today, the first podcast, we discussed about motivation, discipline, commitment, sacrifice, right? Then I can't do it again the same style. Then I have to separate it. So the video will make the point to the people that they want to be benefited from. And there is a lot. I can go on and on and on about YouTube, mate, honestly. But honestly, I'm open for any suggestion. I have no problem at all. As long as it doesn't last again like 4 hours.
Well, no, yeah, when I think so too, though, once you start growing and you have the ability to stay home from your job and you can do these live during the daytime, you're going to have so many more people engaged.
Yeah. Which I'm excited for it because I do like listening to other people. It's not like I'm going to be like the other day I was watching a podcast and the person got upset with, he was the host, right? And he had a guest. And the guest, because he had a long, basically, opinion, let's say, for example, the host got upset because he didn't say anything. And he goes like, hold on a minute, so you're my guest, but you speak on the whole podcast. And I'm like, what kind of host that is? Like, right now you're rude to your guest, right? So if your guest has to provide loads of details, that's the beauty of being a host. You have to be a listener, you know, and that's why I enjoy it, because I have so many things to listen from both of you that I actually don't really care if I'm gonna say anything. So the more people are going to be engaged, the less I'm going to start talking, because I want to hear what everyone has to say. And that's the beauty of it. So I unsubscribed from that channel as well, because you can't be rude like that. Like, you can't turn around on a live podcast and turn around to your guest and say, oh, can I speak now? Like, It was so funny though. I wish I can find the video. I'm gonna send it to you. He got so upset, and I'm like literally upset. And I'm like, okay, unsubscribe from that. Like so unprofessional. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things on YouTube.
So final thoughts, gents.
Okay, final thoughts. Yeah. Okay. So it was an enlightening. Had a good conversation. It's always good sitting chatting with you guys and you know, everybody on the chat and seeing everybody's perspectives. And I think there's some great content to be created here. I think we can grow this thing really really big. And great job, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that you took time off to be here and everyone on the chat. Honestly, I do appreciate it. It's fantastic. And, you know, as I said, I always love hearing from you because I'm learning something new every single time. And what I've learned from today, I need to be a little bit more engaged with the live chat as well. So yeah, sometimes I might interrupt you so I can I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. But yeah, it's been a privilege, honestly. Everyone that has been here, I love you all. But final thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, I think like, you know, anybody that's watching this that's interested in like the law of attraction or frequencies or whatever, smash the like button, subscribe.
I like that. I like that.
No, seriously though. Yeah, like if you have any questions or need whatever, lay comments out, send Alex a message, hit us up on the live. And you know, when it comes down to the people that are on the, you know, the enabling side and whatever, hey, sometimes you just gotta step back and just realize what you're doing and ask for help. Be like, on both sides. Ask for help to stop helping and ask for help to help you get to where you're going if you have the right intentions. So it's just about self-reflection, and if anybody has any questions, reach out to me, reach out, you know, jump on Discord, talk to Alex. We'll help you figure it out.
Yep, absolutely. Obviously, everyone can see as well the Discord name. So all you have to do is just put it onto the research, and then when you add it, I'll be able to see who's adding, and then I'll accept you. Or a second way is drop your name down below on the comments, and then I'll add you on the Discord. And personally, Sab.
Yes, sir.
Final thoughts, mate.
I did it. I did it already.
Oh, you did it.
Okay,
peace
that
out,
was
y'all.
it.
I love you all. I really, you know, it was great.
All right, okay.
I'm a bit of a ghost in here. Look like a bit of a ghost, don't I?
Yeah. I just want to say to Mike that it's been a pleasure, mate. I love that I have you here.
Yeah, I'm glad they got to join.
Yeah, and hopefully soon we're going to have you onto the live podcast. You can call in.
Really?
Again, everyone is invited on it, right? Just tell me that you want to be part of it, and I'll add you. I'll just have to go through a little bit of securities, but yeah, it's good. Also, now the last thoughts about me. I mean, I've talked about everything. I covered everything from my perspective. So my final thought is going to be like, whatever you want to do, just go for it. And as long as you don't hurt someone else, then you're good. But don't let other people stop you by pointing a finger or anything. You want to do something, make it happen. You have the power to do anything, and I'm in it. So if I could start, what stops you? So that's my final thought. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday, Sunday, because it's after midnight. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend so far. I hope you enjoy the live podcast. I'm going to put the specific minutes about the two subjects, when and where it starts and where it ends. So you will see the specific minutes, and then you can do it by just dragging the mouse over to find the specific things, right? Because not everyone. I'm thinking it from a perspective that not everyone is having like 3 hours or 4 hours to watch a podcast. So if someone wants something specific to get the information out, I will put it out there. But I think the whole podcast, the way we're doing it, is really beneficial, because you can hear the serious side, and you can have a laugh at the same time. And I think it's great. It's been absolutely fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for being here again. And I love being a host, to be honest. Right.
So, we love you. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Obviously, tomorrow there is a lot of work to cover about stock market and everything, but we're possibly going to go on live as well. Until tomorrow. Also, sorry if I missed it. I almost missed it. If everyone missed the last video, is going to be over here, and over here is the playlist, and over here is going to be the logo of the channel, where you can just drag your mouse, read a little bit about the channel, what is it that I'm doing, and what is it about the journey, and then you can subscribe if you missed the chance to subscribe on the button down below the description. So, until then, I hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Go do what you love. That's the main message. And I'll see you on to the next live show. So have a good rest. Have a good night. Been a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Good night. God bless.
Good night.